The
Okay.
the classic college try.
Basically, that's enough. That's fine. I'm
It'll
not a
be good
voice
enough.
actor.
It'll be good. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Right.
It
There's a reason
doesn't.
I play human characters.
It could be
Right.
worse than mine.
I don't know. Yours
good.
is not bad. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, none
Like
of
I
us
said, mine
prefer.
turned into a pirate when I was
Yeah.
trying to make an old Scottish voice, and I just got into my Twitch, my
It's such a
Twitch stream pirate voice.
it's such a natural like progression.
Yeah.
It is
kind
a little
of.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. None of us are voice actors, so.
Yeah, see what happens. But if his voice sounds different, whether that's a good or
It's
bad
fine.
thing,
It
that's
doesn't
why.
have
It's
to be
not a
perfect.
bait switch.
Both of you to assume I remember what he sounds like.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I was
also
gonna say.
valid, too. Yeah,
In a
okay,
minute.
perfect. I could have just made him not a dwarf anymore and just made it a lot easier for myself.
Well, that'd be
No, I
easier
would've
if we
remembered
didn't
that.
record it. Yeah.
He was just a very short, bearded human fellow.
It's
with a
okay. Maybe
cough
he's
at
a
night.
dwarf that lost his accent because he's lived in the city for so long.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Maybe he
I like
just
that.
tells people a dwarf to make it easier so they don't ask questions.
Yeah,
But why
Yeah.
he's so short?
It's a short bearded human that makes dwarven breads. Like,
right.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Or it's just regular bread that he just keeps messing up so badly that he just claims it.
I mean, he is kind of old, but
He's very
Yeah.
old. He's not doesn't have the best eyesight or hearing.
oh,
Yeah, he's an old fellow.
oh man.
Okay, but yeah, we can get started and see how this goes. So, where we left off, you had all found yourselves continuing to enjoy your various excitement and adventures within Durandal, which had more recently been filled with cat quests, alley ambushes, and double dates. You woke up and where we picked up in your favorite tavern, your kind of mainstay, realizing that you needed to decide if you would be continuing your stay there, as your initial reservations were coming to a close. There were some debates regarding that, particularly because of the whole murder suspect thing. Fortunately, that conversation was had in the privacy of your rooms, but it was decided you would look to stay for at least a couple more nights. So when you walked downstairs together to breakfast, you found a familiar face in Codex, who's having a chat with Mersa at the bar. So your reunion with him entailed him informing you that the professor that he was working with, one Professor Morton, that was running the class, had been very impressed with Codex's work and intelligence, and had offered to take Codex under his wing in the form of a apprenticeship of sorts. This was as he said, a very good opportunity for him, given the type of studies he would be performing, but it would obviously hinder his ability to continue to adventure with all of you. But he also confessed that the experience of the Goblin Cave had brought down his adventuring spirit a little bit, at least for the time being. So you all had agreed that this would be too good of a chance for him to pass up, and he did provide you the address, which we're hand waving because I don't have an address, of where he would be working in case you felt the need to write to him to keep in contact, particularly after you left the city, but also if you wanted to say something before leaving, whenever you do leave Durandal. So he left to continue his studies that morning, although not before some enthusiastic conversation from Yogg, particularly about Codex's meat and any potential beard magic. And he quickly returned after his initial departure, explaining that he had still had some notes from the aforementioned Goblin Cave, which he had translated, but in the chaos had forgotten to pass on. And at this point, reading them more or less confirmed what you had already known, that someone was working with goblins to create the drug substance and was using a member of the Woodsmen to move the product back and forth. But it does serve as a bit of a confirmation of such. So after his second departure, you guys purchased 2 more nights worth of your 2 rooms and left the Stallion, making your way to the temple to check up on your latest on the latest regarding your woodsman friend / captive / rescuee. not a whole lot had changed by then, so naturally Yogg decided that was a good time to discuss mating with Brother Bryson outside of the supply closet that he had brought Val into for more private discussions. Seemingly satisfied with the answer, then Yogg continued to strike up a conversation with one Jason Carpenter person, and who, surprisingly, given Yogg's charm, might actually have or might actually be willing to help build Yogg's future bar and grill. And he could be found at the Carpenters Guild within the town if needed. So, and then upon finding satisfaction with Brother Bryson being somewhat just waiting for more things to unfold, but not being terribly concerned about the timeline, you left the temple, but not before Val spotted the woodsman member that was patrolling outside the temple or around the temple district just to keep an eye on things, succeeding in her mini side quest from Bryson. You made your way to Ram Street to look into work that was promised via your earlier visit to the central job board posting that was asking for overnight security. Upon arrival at a relatively quaint house, you met an elderly dwarf who was running a bakery from his home. He claimed that he had heard the gods telling him to move the bread, which compelled him to commit to baking and selling as much as possible. However, in recent times, he has had his wares repeatedly poisoned, despite his best efforts to catch the offenders, prompting him to look for outside help. You all tentatively accepted the job, but we need to return in the evening to satisfy the overnight aspect of it. You did purchase some bread before your departure. Dalen and Val, having some level of memory attached to it, both good and bad, upon eating it. Yogg, however, was not a fan, and actually found the poisoned version of the bread more appetizing. So more bread was purchased and eventually paired with various spreads per Dalen's recommendations, which I think made everyone much happier with the food. And a long-awaited arm wrestling rematch occurred. Val eventually prevailing over Dalen after probably I think it was the longest match that we had, or definitely close to it.
I think the one
it was the
in
longest.
Carrington's Cops was the longest.
Was that the one that you eventually
That I just let Dalen win.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know this one was.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Been a
yeah,
while.
finally return of the arm wrestling. And eventually, later in the evening, or rather, I think it was late afternoon, early evening at this point, Val did receive a message via the sending stones from Captain Othello, informing Val that Traff would be relieved of his duties and actually taking place in the temple shortly. In case the party wanted to be present for the closing of that chapter, which you did take her up on that and traveled back to the temple. You learned that while Traff was to be dishonorably discharged, he would be quickly escorted home by a member of the Woodsmen in order to ensure his family's safety, as his family was living outside the town quite a ways. And Othello was doing this as somewhat of a unofficial. It was an official discharge, but definitely keeping the nature of it very much under wraps. And she again kind of persuaded you to keep that as a secret for the sake of the continued investigation. However, as Traff was being walked out, Yogg had a sincere conversation offering some words of reassurance, as Yogg felt that what Traff did was something that he had to do in order to keep his family safe. Dalen kind of gave some quick kind regards as he walked out. And that is where we left off. So basically, you three remain within the temple. At this point, it is Bryson, the main person, still in the hall, looking quite tired at this point, as he presumably has been working ever since Traff was brought in. Both the woodsmen having just left, it being late afternoon. the day is yours. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Did you guys have anything? Okay.
Sorry, I actually realized I forgot to take notes of the last parts of the session, so I was just trying to type some stuff in.
Gotcha.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well,
Not taking notes. Couldn't be me.
I think Val's a little quiet, and I think she's a little sick to her stomach just from the whole thing. And there was a conversation with Yogg and Dalen before we got into the temple last time that I think has dredged up some old memories that definitely not helping with Traff's whole situation. And, you know, like, Yogg giving him money and
Oh yeah, there's money exchange too.
everyone being, like, chill. Yeah.
Monetary exchange really did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 gold. 10 gold pieces.
All about the money, money, money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. As you guys kind of stand, Bryson will kind of clear his throat and say, "Well, with this coming to a close, it is time for me to get some rest, some much-needed respite from the duties. Is there anything that you need from me before I am to retire? My bed is awaiting me here. You obviously are welcome to stay as you will. But
I don't think so. I was going to ask you the same question.
Dalen will kind of silently shake his head.
no, I've earned a bit of rest and peace and quiet. So, good day to all of you, and thank you for what you did. I know it helps, and it did save a life, and helped in perhaps not the most efficient way, but it did aid this in the city a bit. So, you do have my gratitude for that. So, but I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon. But for now, I must retire. So, thank you. Good day." He'll make his way into his bedroom here and shut the door behind him, which again I can't actually shut.
Yeah,
Sleep
now that
well,
there's...
temple person.
Oh, God. I was gonna say, yeah, it's nice he can finally lay down because there's not someone in his room.
Right, that was
Yeah.
the other thing. Was that, yeah, his room was occupied since it's
Yep.
this one. Yep. Okay. I mean, if
What time
you guys-
what time of day is it now?
I think I didn't have it specifically in my notes, but I don't think it was like either late afternoon or early evening, I believe.
Something like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was the afternoon.
Because
Okay.
you guys, yeah, because you specifically went to the temple in the morning and nothing had occurred, and I think we just kind of did some RP and the dwarf stuff.
Yep.
And that's all been the same day at this point. Yeah, because it was just last night that Traff was dropped off, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah.
And it was earlier this day, right? That we talked to the dwarf and then came back
Yeah.
to do this stuff? Okay, alright.
Yep.
So we need to go back there tonight?
Yeah, like late.
Yeah. I think you would
So-
like, I don't know if you would officially accepted it, but I think you told him that you would be back, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
We'll
yeah,
just
think it
show
was-
up whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, I think it was
that-
like, if we show up again, we have the job. If not, and someone else shows up, then he'll pay them.
right, it
Yeah.
wasn't a guarantee. He's holding the job for whoever comes
Yeah.
in for it. So yeah, it's not a guarantee that it'll still be available if you don't go this night.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was gonna say if there isn't anything in particular you wanted to do, we could if you wanted to do the overnight job, we can fast forward a bit. But it's up to you guys if there's anything in particular you wanted to play out.
Just dinner.
Dinner.
Y'all wants to eat.
Yeah, only-
I think
Oh my
probably
God.
yeah, that's probably about it, really.
Yeah, right.
Oh, first dinner time, supper time.
right.
First dinner, second dinner, third dinner.
Midnight snack.
Midnight
Yeah, gotta
snack,
purchase
yeah.
snacks. I think specifically last session it was found out that Yogg was out of snacks. But I guess
Yeah.
the bread.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
still
we
some
have,
bread.
we have to
There's
get
some
you
bread-
some more
some bread that
snacks.
Yogg doesn't.
Yeah.
Snack run.
Yeah.
I was just about to make a gas station joke, and then I realized all of us have different gas stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it says watch out.
Maybe 7-Eleven, right?
No,
Yeah.
we don't have
You don't have
7-Eleven
7-Eleven
there.
there?
I know.
You don't have a 7-Eleven?
We have
Illinois,
Circle
really?
K.
Okay, we have
Um,
Circle K.
Okay.
Yeah. Motomart.
Never heard of that one.
Shell. That's pretty.
Shell.
Yeah.
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 Shell, yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't think 7-Elevens are too prevalent around here.
They're not
There's definitely
super
some.
prevalent anymore.
I don't think I've ever
Mhm.
seen a
Sheets is
7-Eleven in
taking
the St.
over
Louis
lately.
area.
Yeah,
You-
dude,
oh,
Sheets
oh,
is-
Sheets is in
Sheets is
Ohio?
everywhere.
Yes.
Oh, dude, it's
Sheets?
everywhere.
The first one
Sheets
came in
is
like
the best
3 or 4
thing.
years ago, and I like where I live. There's literally one across the street, and like 3-minute drive away from that one. It's
It's the
insane.
best thing. It's just the.
Oh.
It's really good, but it's just we don't need this many of them. But I do like them a lot.
So all of us have Shell. So you know, it's like you're going to your daily Shell run and going to get your.
No,
M&Ms,
I don't.
Right? Everyone
Yeah.
The
does
last
that.
time I went there, they had no gas.
They had no
I
gas.
had to go to Circle K instead because they were, I don't know what was wrong with the pumps.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's stupid.
No.
That's
Gas
a sore
stations
subject.
here, they've got nothing unlike convenience stores in Japan and like the Asian countries.
Yeah,
They make me
Yeah.
sad.
yeah.
Except maybe Sheets. Sheets is okay.
Oh, we have Loves.
Oh, Loves.
Randomly
Yeah, we have
in the
some Loves.
Midwest.
Everyone has Loves.
Yeah.
Because that's like a trucker.
It's a trucker,
like-
yeah.
Right.
Because we
Yeah.
we
It's
went
always on the
to
highways with showers and stuff.
yeah, my last work trip, we stopped by one for lunch in the middle of nowhere in Missouri. Oh my god. It was crazy. There was literally nothing out there.
It was one of those weird truck stops where it's like, yeah, you're in the literal middle of nowhere, and then there's
Yeah.
just like gigantic oasis. I say gigantic, like half a mile, and then it's just nothing again.
Yes. Yeah. It was more
That's-
empty than Kansas. Yeah.
That was my experience when I went on my work trip to Kansas City in 2019. I decided, I'm just gonna see what the countryside's like a little bit, which is fine.
There's
I got exactly
nothing.
what I was looking for,
Yeah.
which was a lot of trees.
Were, were you on the Missouri side or the Kansas side?
Missouri side,
Gotcha.
kind of towards the south.
I lived there for a few years. I went to pre-K out there, pre-K and kindergarten.
Yeah, it's cool. There's this whole big
Yeah, it's
city,
nice.
and then you drive outside the city for 2
There's
minutes, and then all of a
nothing.
sudden you would think there's never been anything built there ever.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, man. Anyway.
Sorry, I moved your all's
I
Yogg
see
and
that
Friends
you're-
token, but accidentally took the word all from our world's market and couldn't
Oh, no.
recognize what it was.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I had to undo
yeah.
it, but we fixed it. It's good.
Yeah, I
So
think
yeah, it's
Val lingers in the temple for a little bit before leaving
Okay.
with the party. Nothing important, but
okay.
Hold on.
I was gonna say, do we need insight checks from the other two?
do you think
I
they
don't
could pass?
Have one succeeded? Oh, I got we're not
Oh
20%.
shit!
At
Okay.
least Galen recognizes that.
Yeah.
that Val lingered
Wow,
behind.
that is
Now,
well, that's perception.
real-
That's not.
the real
Right, you may not know
question.
why.
I mean,
Okay. Dalen notices Val's kind of lingering, but he doesn't say anything.
huh? Oh my god.
Yogg is halfway to food at this point.
Yep.
He can
Yep.
see the All Worlds Market across the street. He has one thing on his
Yeah.
mind. Yep.
Yeah, it really is right there.
Across the river.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, Dalen, you see, well, I mean, I guess, Val, are you trying to hide the feelings and kind of your
Probably. I don't know. Probably not very
hesitation?
well.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if you wanted to roll a deception, but if you're really not even trying, then I would say
No.
I will say that this is more just for Dalen, and I was going to see if he was going to say anything on the spot or not, but he was interestingly wise enough to leave it alone for now.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you can definitely see that there's something kind of eating at Val a little bit as she kind of lingers.
Know.
Yeah,
Poor
Yogg. No,
Yogg.
Yogg is still walking away. Yogg is usually following you guys, but
Yogg
this is
is
a moment where
leading.
he was the first out the door and has. I mean, which direction is Yogg going? Towards Market?
Whichever direction smells the best. To be honest.
Yeah, that'll definitely be
The
north.
Allworld's Market. Yeah.
A
Are
man
we-
with priorities.
Are we gonna spend the
Although
evening?
the big pot is down. The big pot actually
Ooh.
might because of barbecue.
Big
you know,
pot's
smell
there.
going
I mean,
west
like-
and east.
Y'all wanted to marry the big
equidistant.
pot, yeah.
Yeah, it actually probably would be the big pot. It would probably
Actually,
be
I
that
think
familiar
the-
smell.
Well, I think the Allworld's
Yogg-
World's Market is
Yogg would like
closer.
I mean, we're
Market's
here,
closer, but it's got, you know, the
yeah.
water across
Yeah.
and
You,
it's
you get to like walk.
upwind or downwind rather. It's downwind. Big pot is upwind of you guys, so
See, look at it. It's 20 feet away, and the big
It's
spot
20
is
feet
only
away.
10 feet.
Oh my god.
that'd be amazing to have a temple and then just right outside of it's just a big open barbecue pit. With,
I thought it
A
was a little
restaurant.
farther down. I don't think it was on the corner. But
it's
I mean,
somewhere
dude,
over
yeah,
there.
I don't know what
It's
temple
48
this
farms,
is.
so I don't know.
I don't know what god
Right.
this is, but they've got a pretty sick
Yeah.
they got a restaurant across from there. Maybe it's a god of cooking.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't move the Yogg and Friends token yet. I should move Yogg's
Move
token.
Yogg. No, I was gonna say, can you take the Y and just move it over there?
Just the Y.
That's why the friends have been left behind.
Is it all
Yeah.
one piece, or is it?
It's all
Yeah,
one
it's all
piece.
one.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, I think you can select as actually. Oh yeah, no, it is considered one.
All just
user.
One. Because it was probably
Yeah,
one
so
stroke.
funny.
And I think it was drawn together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, if you draw it all together, it's always going to be one, no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
better
we
or for
randomly
worse.
have. I mean, we have Val. Oh yeah, we got you guys. You guys are up and chilling.
Everyone's
like,
here
I know.
somewhere.
Yeah, we have
Northwest, yeah.
tokens. Yogg and or Dalen and Codex are in the lake.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taking a swim.
Oh, I can't control my token.
Oh really?
Do you
Yeah.
have the selector selected?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure
no.
you knew, because I knew that for sure, but, you know, just so you know.
No, for some reason it was selected that Val was representing Dalen, so I think
Oh.
Dalen had control.
Oh god, that's
Oh.
dangerous. Body swap.
Right.
Body
You couldn't
swap
have just, like,
session.
DM'd me that and be
Oh,
like, oh, I know what
God.
happened.
Freaky
should-
Friday, this stuff.
Yeah, we should do a body swap. That would be interesting. I don't know if
That would
it'd be
be
more
interesting.
entertaining on this campaign or the other campaign. Could you imagine
Ooh.
Ren and
Single
Steva?
way.
I
Oh
think
man,
that would be fun.
and that would be really interesting from a warlock perspective too.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Patron
switching. Oh
and how that would
yeah.
work. Is the patron tied to the? I mean, I imagine it's
Soul
tied to
of the
the.
body,
That's
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, that's
Terrifying.
interesting.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
And would I have to do a Steva accent as Ren?
Yes.
And vice versa. Like I would have to sound like I'd have to have the voice of Steva,
But
the
act like
speaking
Ren.
mannerisms
Yeah.
of Ren.
Are accents physical?
I don't know, but I think it'd be
time
fun.
every time you do a body swap
I-
episode, like they still talk like themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Like,
but
So
I
guess
think-
I guess the act, it would be like
Yeah.
the way you, the way you pronounce things would be stay the same, but your
The tone would
pitch and
change.
everything.
Yeah.
your
I
your
think
pitch
it would be
change.
really interesting if we did the whatever character you're in doing their actual voice.
right.
Yeah.
But the problem
Yeah.
is if we do that swap, then that means Callus is still just Callus.
Well, we'd have to get maybe some DMPC, I guess.
We'll bring in
Quincy. Oh my
Almost,
god.
Yeah, Quimbley.
Quimbly.
Quimbles and
Oh my
bits.
god. Quimbles and bits.
It's-
Oh my god. Poor Quincy. Poor Quincy.
Quimblet.
Oh man.
Anyways, so
But yeah,
as
Yogg is gone to the big pot. Yogg is
okay. So I'd say Dalen, with that, I mean, obviously with that hyper perception, you notice that Yogg is heading left out of the temple at a pretty, not a rapid speed, but definitely without. Yogg thinks that everyone knows that this is food time and this is time to go to the big pot, and
Yeah.
you're Dalen, you're stuck in the middle of Yogg departing and Val lingering.
The big
at
pot
the
smells the
temple.
best, so of course
Yeah.
you would go to big pot.
Well,
Right.
Yogg wanted to marry the big pot.
Yeah.
That's pretty that's pretty serious commitment.
I know. Yeah.
Must be good.
Big pot was pretty good. Y'all liked big pot.
It was popular. Yeah, 'cause
2
then you
Michelin
get like
stars.
some of everything, literally.
Yeah,
Full
yeah.
platter. Yeah.
2 Yogglin stars.
Yogglin?
Yogglin, yeah.
Yogglin. Are you gonna have a tire company too?
Oh, a wagon
tires in this world?
company.
A
yeah, cart
Yeah,
company.
wagon wheels.
A wagon wheel company. Well, I did. Your bar and grill was going to be named And. Because it was this and
Oh, yeah,
that.
just
Because it's a
And.
bar and
Because
grill.
it's a bunch of ands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bar and grill.
Yeah.
We serve breads and spreads.
Yep.
Yeah. Meats and cheeses. You know.
Yeah.
It's just, it writes itself, honestly.
Anyway.
There is one other option. I mean, you could open right next to the big pot and call it the bigger pot.
That's such a
Oh
power
no, I don't
move.
think Yogg has it in him to be that
Maybe the small
competitively
pot.
petty.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yogg.
if anything, he would donate them a larger pot so that they could make more food.
Yeah. Yogg
That
would
would
definitely
be-
prefer to like collaborate with Big Pot.
The huge pot.
Yeah.
A huge pot.
The huge pot. I'm gonna have to write that down. That's gonna be a tavern name in the future. I swear.
The huge pot.
The huge
This really
pot.
is going to be the D&D campaign that just you guys retire to a cooking career in
Yeah.
Durandal. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, never left.
No.
Yep.
This
Actually-
is the alternate universe of a D&D adventuring party.
Yeah, you got one that's retiring to study, or at least temporarily retiring, and then a couple that'll just become chefs, restaurant owners, moguls. Yeah. Hey, we can do it.
Hey, military-owned business or veteran-owned business. Veteran-owned business right here. About to sign.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, I think Val will probably settle down if she doesn't die first.
Get us a
Yeah.
VA loan to
Yeah.
open up the store.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
that's good.
That's why you got to go back home then. That's why
Yeah.
Val has to go back to collect her pension.
We gotta get the loan first, collect the pension. You know.
Yeah. Collect the military money, retire to the temple here, and have your restaurant with Yogg on the side. Dalen will be the head brewer.
Yeah, right. Val's
I like
Val's their bodyguard. Security.
Bouncer.
The bouncer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hire the old dwarf as the baker for your breads.
Oh my
Find
god.
someone else for spreads.
We could hire
Sure, we can find
Marissa.
somebody for spreads. Yeah.
Oh yeah, make Marissa work more. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, give
We
her,
know
like,
we
some
could give her
shifts off,
better
maybe.
hours. We give her better
Yeah.
hours,
Yeah.
health
Better
insurance.
hours, better pay,
Um,
better pay, probably.
Oh,
But only give her
man.
5 hours a week.
Yeah, refuse to give her too many hours.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
still just convinced that she just never leaves that building.
I feel so. Well, no, she left the building because we went on a date.
Once.
You
Yeah.
know,
Once.
she's left once.
You,
Once.
Yeah,
There's
because
one confirmed time.
When confirmed
someone
time.
offered to rescue her from her prison.
Right.
Yeah. And I think she's off. I'm pretty
like
sure
a
it was
princess
said
in
that
a
she's off
tower.
tonight. So I
Yeah.
don't know where she is, but she's at least
Oh.
off tonight.
Somewhere.
Off on another date.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. I mean, there's no way the long
Carl.
distance thing would work
Should-
anyway.
Should bring her
Yeah.
along on our adventure.
Yeah.
Oh
I
god.
I went off there.
ourselves, but you know, I'm sure we could do a DMPC, right, TG? I'm sure you're fine with that.
Good.
Easy.
You guys,
Yeah.
you've had one DM NPC, and she was knocked unconscious or very quickly. She was very close to
Like
being
one
knocked
hit,
unconscious
yeah.
in the
Yep.
very first combat. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could try it. And she was a barmaid.
I
Oh, God.
I guess Val's got a thing for bartenders apparently.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know where that
It'll
came
work.
from.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
Considering where Val spends a lot of their free time.
Honestly, yeah. 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 Oh man. Yeah, long distance, low commitment girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, we haven't had any like long-term DMPCs in any of the campaigns yet.
No, Quincy was going to be, but you guys.
Technically, Marissa is the
Get
most
shit on him.
recurring character.
She really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Marissa here and Quimble's in the other.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe like Silence and Excellence, but
yeah, maybe the twins.
That's true. That's
I
true.
think twins because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
hard
they've
to
been
get
around.
Quincy. It's hard to fit Quincy in. It was easier
Yeah.
when you guys were closer to where he's like technically stationed.
And we
But-
Yeah, we're
weren't
just going
involved
further
with
and further
a.
from him.
We weren't involved with a back alley organization.
Right.
Look, they're not back
Yeah.
alley. They're very dignified.
Yeah, they're
They
back
are,
and
they
front
are
alley.
they are a mafia family. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
it's not
isn't
hidden.
just some gang that we have repute, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, Hector
Yeah, we
owns a
have little
trading
symbols.
company, like that. Sumerian Star Traders. That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They only do some of their work in the back alleys.
Yeah.
Right.
Only
Yeah.
when they're trying to, when they're trying to confront certain tabaxi who stand up their twin brother.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
Steve will let the note. Steve will.
Yeah, kind of,
Begrudgingly.
yeah. Oh, man. Anyway,
Mm-hmm. How long Dalen, are you saying anything to Val? And Val, how long are you lingering there? I'm mostly just wondering how far away y'all gets.
It depends on how long Val takes. If it's been like more than like 20 seconds and I see Yogg starting to round a corner, Dalen will say something.
I was gonna say maybe a minute or two. Not very long. Probably long enough for Yogg to run away.
Yeah,
Yogg
especially with,
probably gets to the big pot by then.
I think once Yogg is on the scent of something, he's gone.
Yeah,
So-
Yogg doesn't really think of other things around him very often.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Yogg would turn that corner within 20-30 seconds. So if Dalen doesn't speak up, Yogg's probably in the clear, probably talking to Dalen and Val about how great the big pot is.
Oh yeah.
Not getting any
Over
response.
the shoulder.
Yogg has
Not looking
eaten
behind
it
them.
before. It is very good. It is the huge bowl of big pot. Really good. You get everything you want here. It's so tasty. Yogg really enjoyed Yogg's day out here. It was great. You guys are being real quiet today. But that's okay. It's been a long day. Yogg understands. Yogg thinks you will feel better once you have had big pot.
Dude, I want you to know I'm so happy that you kept going because I started to slowly turn you down to simulate you walking away.
Oh my god! I wish I would have thought of that for the recording. That would have been so
good.
cool.
That would have been so fun for recording. Oh man.
Oh my god. Oh.
Editor, get it in post.
Oh right, yeah, the edited
Mhm.
videos
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I the videos I
editor
definitely
that we
edit.
have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
works with us.
Yep, Yep. Our unpaid editor.
It'll really help our YouTube subscriber count. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like all those big D&D shows.
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm so glad I did that. Dalen's gonna turn around, seeing the impending situation unfolding. Dalen's gonna turn around and he hasn't really left the temple vicinity. He got down to the bottom of the steps, and that's when he kind of turned around. I don't know, the perception, maybe he didn't hear footsteps behind him or something. So anyway, he turns, looks, sees Val there. We'll go back up. Hey Val, Yogg's, you're all right. We should probably follow Yogg.
Yeah, I suppose so. Where do you think he's off to?
At this point, it would have been soon enough that Yogg isn't out of sight, so Dale will just point.
Oh.
Yeah, and Yogg has said big pot a good half dozen
Multiple times, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
30 yards away.
Yeah.
I
I'd say you
mean,
probably
he's
that probably
loud.
means nothing to you guys. But that probably did.
Yeah.
With a nat 20, you probably did hear that, Dalen.
That's true. Yeah, I did get a
Big pot does sound like a Yaga-sized restaurant name. It sounds like a
Big
name that
pot.
has
That's
already
true.
been
That's
turned into
true.
a Yogg
Yeah.
name for a restaurant.
Yep.
It was made for him.
I really did pick the most basic, the most Yoggified name, and actually
Mhm.
made it a legit place. Yep, it's fine.
You've done pretty
It's
good with that. I mean,
awesome.
we had the tasty plate.
Tasty
Yeah.
plate was a nice one.
Yep.
Yeah, good work, honestly.
What was it the Smiling Moon? Is that where the date was? I was more.
I
of a
think
pub,
so.
but-
Is that
I'll be honest,
I
Smiling
think it
Moon?
was Smiling.
I'm looking at the map to try and see the names, and they're all fucking abbreviations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
Smiling Moon.
So
Yeah, I
I
got Smiling Moon. Yeah.
We went-
The only
there
one
was-
that's like easy is the odds in the end of the line, since it's like
Yeah, it's so fucking long.
We've got SA at the bottom of the map here, whatever SA is.
Swinging
Wait a
Anvil.
minute.
That's
Yep.
from early
Oh,
on.
That's
yeah,
right.
Swinging
That was
Anvil.
Blacksmith.
Okay.
There was the
That's
Royal
good.
Chef
Oh yeah, that was
Oh yeah.
and the Rotten Gourd.
Rotten Gourd
There's
Smart.
the gourd, there's the gourd.
Yeah. What is this one?
Because it's near the
Durandal's
alley.
finest pub.
Oh, that's Durandal's finest.
I
Okay.
I forgot that one too.
Oh yeah.
Back.
Oh, the
It was
glowing
not, in fact,
eel.
Durandal's finest pub.
I forgot about the glowing eel.
Oh yeah.
Is that Mark?
The glowing eel.
Yeah,
it's
gee,
over
it's
there.
on the edge of the All Worlds Market.
right there.
Oh yep.
Yeah, what is this? Is it oak total? What is it?
Hans
the
in
odds
the end of the line.
Oh, that's odds
That's an
in the ends of the
ampersand.
line.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be a yeah.
it's supposed to be an ampersand, but
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
so
very
lots
good
of
at
stuff.
drawing with my
Okay,
mouse.
I see it.
So
And then TLS.
the Laughing Stallion.
Yeah. And what did you? I don't even remember what you guys did at the Royal Chef. Was that just another?
I think we just had
random
lunch.
Stop.
Yeah.
It was just a stop, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I've
We
never
may
done that.
we
That's
may
just
not
a
have even
random.
stopped. It may have looked too expensive or something.
No, I
don't
think
remember.
we ate there, but then I think Yogg pissed off some elven lady for speaking Elvish poorly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
it
think
that
that was
snobby
there.
place.
Yeah.
It was like more of a like a nice cafe type.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it that, or was that a Tasty Plate?
No, I thought I was at the Royal Chef.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
It
I
could've
don't
been.
remember.
I don't know.
What was CFC?
Couriers of Caldaria.
Oh, okay, that's the mail place.
Yeah. By
I
the
was like, that
top.
doesn't sound like a food place.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
not
not.
everyone. That has been your most frequented category of establishments.
Right.
And
That's weird, man. Valentine
you've been to one,
really like
you've
to
been
eat a
to one
lot.
federal store / pawn shop,
Yeah. Oh God.
One-
Dude, we need to go
one
back there.
blacksmith, and that's it. Those are the only like vendors, and the scarf stall.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, the
Scarf
scarf stall.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
Scarves
that
in
had
the
a
middle of
name.
summer. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think that had a name.
I don't think it
If
did.
we went
Um,
looking for it, it would be gone. It's
Maybe,
that kind of
yeah.
it's that kind of
Yeah.
scarf stall.
Yeah, it's just all pop up. Just whoever gets there first can pitch the
Yeah.
tent.
Oh
Yeah.
man, maybe we do need to go back to odds in the end of the line. I was kind of thinking about looking for books.
Grim, you say
Um,
this every single session. I think.
I know,
if
but
you want to-
I
if you wanna go
can't.
back there.
I can't initiate that. My character can't initiate that. But
That's Carl, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Carl. Okay.
we don't know his actual name.
Carl
Yeah.
with Marissa. They're in an open relationship.
Ugh.
That's why
Yeah,
she's dating.
Yeah. Oh,
He's actually super liberal. He just really
he's just
really
an
hates elves.
asshole. Oh God! Wow, that's terrible. That is horrible. He is just so punchable, though.
Yeah, he's a philanthropist. He donates to all kinds of charities. Very, very
Yeah,
warm.
I
I just think people should be able to love who they want. You know, that's what it is.
He doesn't
Oh
even
my
hate elves. It's
God.
just the elvish language.
It says
specifically.
the elvish language.
It's just the Elvish
Yeah.
language.
It's all curly and shit. You know, it
Yeah.
sounds curly.
It's all
Yeah.
curly.
He's very well read and linguistics expert, and just
Yeah,
is
yeah.
offended from like a professor educated standpoint of the grammar of Elvish.
Oh my God.
It has nothing to do with the people.
I honestly
or
kind of love
structure.
that theory. I want that to be lore. I want that to be real.
Next time we go in, we'll see like
canon now.
next time we go in there, we'll take a closer look and we'll see his like PhD framed behind the counter.
Oh my God.
This is the most lore of a character that you guys have had one brief conversation with.
Yeah. Literally. Okay.
And it was like a year and a half ago in
Yeah.
real life.
Yep.
Because it was like your second session in Durandal, I think. Maybe your
Something
first.
like that.
It was no
Second.
more
It
than
was
like 10
second.
minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it
let
was
you
real
guys
quick.
peruse the store.
Yeah.
I think Yogg bought a shirt, right? So Yogg's still wearing a shirt from there.
Yogg bought a. It wasn't a shirt, but Yogg has it on Yogg's shield.
That's right, yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
so Dalen and
Yeah,
Val,
let's
you guys
follow
are
Yogg.
watching Yogg jaunt away.
I guess we should probably follow him.
I mean, he probably won't go far.
I don't know about that.
As long as we're quick, we'll probably find him at the nearest food. Actually, I did hear him perhaps say the big pot. I may have forgot in character I rolled a 20.
Right. Yeah, I think was that yesterday? When did he? I feel like he's talked about that before. Don't know where it is, but
Oh, it's just up there.
oh, it's probably where he's headed, isn't it?
Probably.
Yogg's probably getting faster as he wants to see the sign for the big pot.
Yep. Drooling a little bit.
Yeah.
As the scent increases, the speed increases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably go.
Oh, I kind of figured we were walking and
Oh, yeah,
walking and talking.
yeah.
Oh my god, I feel bad. Dalen just walked off and Val was still standing there.
Just
two
like
of us
Yogg,
are-
just
We
like
split the party
Yogg.
into 3.
The
Yeah.
whole party.
100-yard stretch.
What could possibly go wrong?
And then Yogg.
Oh my god, yeah. And now Dalen. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
man.
Yogg, you find yourself following your nose, approaching the smell of freshly cooked meats, and entering this will be the first repeat restaurant for you guys, other than the Stallion.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
Do you want to make a perception check, Yogg, to see if you can recognize that no one's following you at this point by the time you reach the door?
Sure.
I mean, we're within eyesight.
Yeah, I'd say no. You just kind of open the door, start walking in.
Doesn't
it's
even
once you
hold
sit
the
down
door
at a
behind
table-
him?
you
Wow, that's rude, Yogg.
it's food. He's got food coming.
Yogg just kind of assumes that the people that you all behind Yogg will keep the door open, because that's usually what happens. Because y'all don't stray far enough away to let Yogg cause trouble. But no, not
Yeah.
today.
No.
I would say you take a seat at the same spot you were in the first time you were here, Yogg, and then that's when you realize no one's
Oh.
followed you.
Oh, did they get lost? Yogg does not know how they would get lost. It smells so good. Maybe Val has been distracted by temple people stuff, and Dalen is drinking.
I'll say, yeah, not too long after that is when Val and Dalen walk in, since it wasn't hard to see.
I enjoy the notion that Dalen just went straight to the nearest pub.
Yep. Dalen's an alcoholic.
Well, it's,
To be
it's what Yogg
fair,
would do with
Dalen
To
food.
be
was
fair, that is exactly what Yogg did.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
food. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, Val does that with temples. Dalen
Right.
does that with alcohol. Yogg does that with food. In Yogg's mind.
I just meant like in the 30 seconds that it's been, like I enjoy that. I enjoy that.
Yeah. All right. So you all, as a waiter is basically coming by Yogg, that's when you see your two compatriots finally walk through the door, spot you.
Oh, Yogg is here. Yogg is here over here. Yogg is over here. Yogg's here. Val, Dalen. Yogg thought you got lost. Yogg will take 3 big pots, please. Okay, yeah, Val,
Okay.
Dalen.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Um,
you're here.
Is that
what do you all want?
Oh, so just you want 3 for yourself?
Yes, Yog would like three big.
3 of everything platters. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. I know you two just arrived. Is there anything else? What would you like? You've been here before. This one's a bit of a talk of the restaurant from his last visit.
Yog grins.
It's a young male halfling, fairly clean cut. It's got a little bit of a smirk to him when he's after taking Yog's order.
Dylan's gonna ask, Val, do you want to split a pot?
Is that what? Okay, sure.
I mean, we call it a platter, a bit of everything platter, but yeah, it's got a bit of a sampler of everything we offer. Quite a bit of meat, some rice, vegetables. It's quite good.
The big pot's the
thrilled.
best.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate your recommendation. That is the name of our establishment.
Sure, Dalen, that's fine.
All right, I'll be right back. Well, not really, because it takes a while to cook all that food, but bring it up as soon as it's ready.
Thank you.
It's quite a nice place, this, isn't it?
Yes, Yog likes the big pot.
What's up, TG?
I don't even know. This just tickled me a lot. And I don't have anything in my notes for what was actually ordered here last time, so I just kind of
I think it was literally
out of character.
I think it was one of everything. I think it was literally just one of
It
everything.
was everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Which Yog has translated into just the big pot.
The big pot.
Right.
The big pot special. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, if do you want to RP the whole experience of getting various foods and whatnot? I would say Dalen and Val, you get plenty across what you're splitting, since it's a formidable amount of food. Even for Yog, it might be leftovers.
Right.
Yeah, if you're getting 3 of them.
That is an insane amount of food. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like when you go to like Texas barbecue and you get like that $40 platter of like the 4 dishes, and you're doing that 3 times over.
Yep. I like to think they didn't have an everything platter until Yog visited the other day, and then
it's been like 2 days.
They're like, "Oh, this kind of works." Yeah, this is good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they don't call it the big pot, but maybe they will now afterwards. Maybe the next time.
Right. Yeah.
The big pot.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a pretty good name for a signature dish. Personally.
Honestly, yeah, for like something that is like one of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yog really has reshaped the culinary world of the city already.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh yeah. How much does it cost? How much does it cost for?
I do not remember what it was before. I'd say for a signature item, it'd be probably a silver a piece. So 3 silver for 3 silver for Yog.
Okay.
1 silver split between Dalen and Val. And we'll say drinks. We'll just hand wave whatever you guys were to drink, because it's RPing everything. But yeah, you guys break a massive amount of freshly barbecued chicken, duck, beef, lamb,
goat,
and then variety of rices, potatoes. Yeah, goat would be in there. Yeah. Rice, potatoes, vegetables. It's significant. It smells phenomenal. Whether or not you have the stomach for it, but given recent activity per person here, that's up to you. But yeah.
Yog is pretty much eating unless specifically spoken to or asked a question of. So if there is any RP that needs to be done here, that is up to Val and Dalen.
Yeah. Yeah, was there anything you guys wanted to touch on?
Hold on.
Probably not. I think she's still pretty quiet, but like that's normal. So
a little bit.
It's not completely out of the ordinary.
I think this would be a this roll.
Oh, What was the performance for?
Yog is eating food, and it is not a very it's not a very enjoyable display to look at. Yog is quite hungry. It is kind of, you know, Cookie Monster-ish. little bits of meat kind of like flying everywhere. Yeah, no.
You probably
It's entertaining.
honestly pretty quickly after you started eating, you're offered a bib. Because that would be a thing that a restaurant like this
Oh
would
my
have.
God.
It's up to you if you even know what that would be.
Yeah,
But-
Yog will probably take it, not really knowing what it is, and then Yog will start using the bib to pick up pieces of meat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the waiter kind of stands there and kind of like does one of those things like, very well, sir. All right, thank you. And then just continues on his way.
Oh my God. Wow.
This is easier for Yog, because Yog's hands were getting really slippery because of the meat juices. So now Yog can pick up the meat easier. This is so smart. Big
I
Pot
feel like
is
a
so
version,
good.
a bib like that would be like just some like really cheap, really thin like leather strip kind of thing. Because it would obviously be just like thin plastic like you'd get.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It would be very much.
It's just kind of this little strip of leather that Yog is
it's
now
probably
using
still
to
got
pick
some
up meat.
stains on it. Like it's definitely not meant for that because it's so be it. But it would help with traction.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's fun.
So Dalen, you rolled a 13. Is this to pick up on Val or what was that for?
Yeah. He's thinking it may not be the
Charisma?
best time to do it, but he's gonna bring it up. Maybe after some of the eating is died down, at least if
Once it's
so
slowed down.
vigorously.
Yeah, it's not quite the tornado of food debris.
Yeah, and once we've had our food and probably noticing Val isn't really. I imagine maybe Val didn't touch much.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. But yeah, I'll say unless there's anything in particular, you guys start wrapping up your meals and whatnot. Probably, or more so, waiting for Yog to wrap up his.
So Val,
What?
you're all right. You're sort of lingering in the temple. I know it's been a long few days, weeks, months.
Months.
Years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yours is a little much, but no, I can't stop thinking about Traff and the whole situation. I don't know. It's brought up a few. Oh, wow, that's a really good roll.
The rough bit of business, that, going
Yeah.
against your morals and all that. It's a bit tricky.
That-
Sometimes
that
there is no
didn't-
right answer, is there?
Yeah, and I suppose that's kind of the point. I don't know. It feels like it's drawn up some memories I thought I'd forgotten. But oh, minus what? You got a 0?
I've never seen a 0.
That's crazy.
Oh my god! Oh
Man,
my
you
god!
go from such a nice wisdom, and then I can't wait to hear what this is.
Dirty
what the
20
equivalent
to
is.
0.
Just burps in her face after.
Wow.
Well, I was thinking of asking, like, do you want to talk about it or not? Because obviously this is not an ideal place to talk about that. So obviously, but now I feel like we're gonna do something extra horrible.
Okay.
Oh, gods.
Oh my god, a 0.
Do you think a bit of arm wrestling would help?
I.
Takes my mind off things all the time.
You guys should try the duck. Y'all loves the duck.
I mean, do you want to? What? I mean, for what? Dalen.
Hmm?
I mean, do you want to arm wrestle right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have cut out. I didn't hear you say anything.
Oh.
I heard that. I could. I just thought, might take your mind off things.
I don't know. I don't really
We
think.
don't have to.
I don't think anything will. But I don't know.
I see. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I didn't realize that would hit so hard, but I spent a lot of time in the temple at home in Lusova, near the end of the war, right before I was discharged. I don't know if we talked about it, I was honorably discharged. It was not my choice, but it could have been better, but I'm glad it wasn't a lot worse. But no, I feel a little empathetic toward Traff, though I don't know if I should. But
I see. It must be quite difficult. I can't quite relate.
I mean, it's not exactly the same situation at all. But mine was for medical reasons. His was for dealing black market drugs. But
Perhaps. But at least you're both still alive.
I suppose so. Yeah.
And you've got asse?
Well, I mean, now I suppose. I didn't back then, but I probably would have made the same choice. Just kind of wish it was my own decision. But can't change the past.
Well, if you probably would have made the same choice, wouldn't that technically make it your decision anyway?
I mean, not really. I don't know. I would have decided the same way, but they still considered me unfit to make that decision for myself. And that kind of hurt. But it's not a big deal.
Well, if you say so, but if you ever want to talk about it more.
Definitely, probably not here.
Sorry, I'm really struggling to balance this like high wisdom roll with the low charisma roll.
No.
he knows the right
He
things
understands,
to say, how to say
just
it.
Can't, yeah.
I'm struggling trying to
Yeah,
fit
that's a tough mix.
Yeah. God damn it.
Well,
Are you going to eat your duck? Y'all would like your duck. Y'all could.
You can
Yog.
have it. You can have it.
Thank you, Val.
Yep.
Yeah, did Yog pick up any of this conversation that was
No.
happening between you?
No.
No, I rolled an 11 for reception, but I figure over the sounds of Yog eating, that's not nearly good enough.
Yeah.
It's like a -5 automatically.
Yeah, like honestly,
Yeah.
Yog is
You can
Yog
hear
is
him
really
talking,
focused.
and you
Yep.
can hear the words, but it's just not.
Yeah. It's not registering, and Yog's not that focused on the detail to pick up what is going. Like just that they're having a conversation,
Right.
and
Your
Yog
name
isn't.
hasn't been mentioned, so it's
Yeah.
No, it was good though.
yeah.
Yog is a little curious why they're not eating, but Yog also Yog's used to them eating less than Yog, so.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
Oh man,
Dog has big pots to focus on.
yeah.
Lots of big pots. Not a big pot.
Have we shared tavern rooms before this? Like Dalen and Val? Because I know right now Dalen and Yog are sharing a room.
Oh,
But Yog's not paying attention to this conversation. So, I don't know if Val and Dalen would have ever shared a room.
I don't. I'm sure maybe once or twice.
I would imagine, if nothing else, maybe not in session, but like.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
I guess I don't know. Did you guys
beforehand.
always separate the way you've been separated this time, or would you just mix it up randomly? Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I have no
I'm
idea.
thinking they probably would have gotten separate rooms, but over a few months of traveling, I reckon there's probably going to be a couple places where there was like, maybe they stopped at a town where the inn wasn't really an inn, it was like the mayor's house with an extra room or something, or like
Right, they only had one room
or
available.
like a farm accommodation or something. Yeah.
yeah.
Instead
So I
a
imagine you've
proper
had plenty
inn.
of chances for one-on-one conversations.
Well, I don't know if Dalen's noticed, but he might have seen her scars before.
Dalen
'cause I don't-
probably wouldn't have been looking too. Oh, I guess it depends on where the scars are. I will say Dylan's a relatively respectful person of people's privacy.
Yeah, so I was thinking, over the summer, like in an inn room, she probably doesn't sleep with a shirt on. So I'd imagine you might have seen them before. They're right across her abdomen. It's like the lower left side of her abdomen. It is a very nasty scar that you actually kind of goes through on both sides. I doubt that's ever been brought up. And I don't know, with Dalen's wisdom check, you could probably extrapolate a little bit onto why she was discharged for medical reasons. Maybe. I could imagine. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say probably because I imagine this is probably something they haven't talked about. I mean, this
no.
is
doubt it.
definitely a sore spot for Val, so I very much doubt it, especially with Dalen's
Unless Dalen, like, just really
difficulty
pokes.
to be approachable.
Yeah, right.
So no, I'd say. I mean, he may, after hearing that, he may put that together, but he would not know any more than that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Poor Val just needs like a someone with a
Jeez.
actual like psychiatry background or something. That, like,
Val
actually
needs a
bounces
fucking
me something.
therapist. She does.
Mhm.
She does.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my god, I found a meme once. It was like, men will literally become knights instead of going to therapy. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yep. Okay. Anything else you want to do here at the restaurant as Yog continues to finish his? I mean, he's probably on his third plate at this point.
Yeah, Yog's
He probably finished
starting
his
slow.
third
Oh
plate,
my
yeah.
god.
Yog is slowing. Yog has picked the things that Yog really liked out of each of the samplers, and Yog has finished 2 of the samplers fully. He got about halfway through the other one, and Yog is finally starting to pat his belly.
Plus with the duck from.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
other
Oh
ones.
yeah. Yeah. Oh. Big pot good. Big pot good.
Big pot good.
The waiter will come by in a bit. All right, I take it everything was to your satisfaction. Is there anything else I can get you? We can arrange a bit of to package up the leftovers if you'd like to keep them and take them home.
Yes, please. Yog would like a doggy bag, please.
I assumed as much. All right. All right. Well, I'll be right back.
Thank you. Yog likes
Comes
it.
back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know what the equivalent of a doggy bag would be in this.
Probably
a
some
sack.
cheap cloth sack, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like an old grain sack.
Yeah.
The flour sack? Oh my god,
Yeah.
like Yogg's meat bag from when we first
Yogg's
got
meat
into the
bag.
city.
Yeah, it
You probably
is.
still have it. Yeah.
They'll probably, they can wrap it up in like some like pseudo butcher paper type thing, so it's not super leaky, but
Maybe they have
definitely not
leaves, or,
properly
like
preserved.
large leaves or something.
Yeah.
Cloth or something.
Yeah, that could be it.
I was gonna say they probably have like butcher paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a very basic rendition of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just actually, yeah, leaves might. Well, in the
Or
city,
some
I
kind
don't
of
know, regardless.
cheesecloth. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like what they would give away is just like a leftover bag type thing, because
Probably
it's one thing
paper.
to have it, it's another
Yeah.
to just give it to every customer that comes through. But yeah, you get your. I would say this would be a place that would wrap up the leftovers for you. Like it's especially someone that purchases 3 platters will probably get a little bit of that extra service.
Yeah. It looks like they use cloth typically, they have
Okay.
like cloth that they would use.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a small amount, so you get some travel snacks for the future. Okay.
Hmm.
So with your meal completed, everything paid for. I mean, it's still early-ish evening, given it's like summertime, probably about 7 p.m. You weren't given like a specific time as to when to return, but nightfall would be in an hour or two at this point.
How
If we
long-
want to take an IRL break here shortly, I imagine that'll probably be a good spot.
I do need to
We-
urinate.
We're already an hour in and we've hardly done anything this session.
That's
RP.
you came up with
That's fine.
some RP
Yeah.
background lore
Yeah.
of trauma. Some of the trauma.
Yeah,
you
that's
started
fine.
to get
Yeah.
through.
A little bit of
Exposition, right?
unpacking.
We got more Val lore than we've ever had before. In
Ever.
in one
Yeah,
go.
and
Right.
naturally there were 0 follow-up questions asked.
Yep. But that's
I
okay.
rolled a 0.
He rolled
know.
I can't believe he rolled a 0.
One
Oh my
character
God.
didn't pay attention, the other rolled a 0, and that's what
Yeah,
happens when Val opens up.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yog
That's fine.
had other priorities going on.
Yeah.
That's alright. Oh.
And Yogg probably would be
Oh.
really good at talking about it, but just needs to be directed. The conversation has to be
Yeah.
directed at him to get his attention, especially during mealtime
Yeah.
at one of his, what's probably his favorite restaurant in town.
Oh, easily. Easily
Yeah.
Yog's favorite at this point. Yeah, Yog
Because
is.
you've been to the, well, it's not called the Dancing Bear anymore, but
No.
Dancing bear.
They
what's up?
changed their. We made a place change their name.
Yeah, because
Did
remember
that-
we had
yeah.
a bear murder.
Because there's been a bear rampage, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't
It's a
know
soft
that.
spot.
I don't remember that.
Well,
Yeah, I thought-
it
I
was a
think that came
market
up, right?
stall.
Yeah, you were going through the
Yeah.
market, and it was just kind of a one-off of,
Oh yeah.
was like just
I
kind of
remember
lost
this.
in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I forget what it got changed to, the Dancing Bar?
I don't think it
Beard?
had the.
They
I
changed
don't
that
think it
one
had a
letter.
name.
The dancing beard.
I don't remember it having a
The
name.
dancing beard.
I thought I
Just
maybe
added
I didn't say it. I
dedicated
thought I
D
wrote
on
something
the
down.
side.
I thought I,
don't.
made that like a note.
I don't remember it having a name ever.
Yeah, maybe it didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
definitely
remember all
used
the
to be the
wanted
dancing bear.
signs. all the
It was the
bear.
Dancing Bear.
Yeah. I just remember
'Cause-
all the bear warning signs we had last
Right,
session.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. There are still some flyers that you would have seen. But you're maybe not in this area of town since you're not in the lower district at this point. But
Dude,
yeah.
how many establishments has Yogg alone permanently changed?
Probably
Uh,
everyone we've been in.
To a degree, no, not all of them,
Not all.
but I mean 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Given like
Yep.
the Big Pot and the Dancing Bear stall.
Oh, I was
Yep.
gonna say the Laughing Stallion too.
I was gonna say we've definitely changed Marissa's views on the culinary
Yaks.
world.
And
And
yaks.
And almost
Yaks.
destroyed the second floor as a
Yep.
yak. Yeah,
There is
was
now a no
definitely
yak policy.
Yes,
Right.
a strict
Yep.
no yak policy.
very strict.
Oh my
Yogg is an
god.
influencer. It's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, you kind of made Lydia's Lyre somewhat of a crime scene, so
Yeah.
that kind of counts.
Oh,
you know, that definitely
yeah.
gave it.
Oh, was
Oh,
that was the
yeah.
bar?
That was the bar.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yep.
got like pulled into from that weird,
Right.
that poor drunk
Y'all
man.
never stepped foot in
Yeah.
it. Dalen did.
Yep.
Dalen sure
Um,
did.
Dalen had a
But
drink
the
with guy.
combination-
Yeah.
The combination of Dalen being the suspect by virtue of being seen in the bar and outside the bar, and Yogg causing the bloodiest scene of all time that for the city, or one of, at least in recent memory. That's one. More so
we
by
might-
like reputation and temporary fame, but yeah.
Yeah. Between the two of us, we probably changed Smiling Moon to a full-on gay bar.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Same-sex
Between the
couples on
three
a
of
date the
us,
same
yeah.
night. Yeah, and all of us.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
And Marissa.
Yeah.
that's true.
Great. I love that. Man, there's got to be a gay bar somewhere in this city.
Yeah, there's probably a few, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe Marissa knows.
You picked
Yeah.
the place, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was your challenge, was to find a spot. And she'd never been to the Smiling Moon, so.
She's never left the stallion.
Right, yeah. She doesn't know anything about the city
Oh my god.
besides there, and she does know Carl. She knows of Carl.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
have
they're
a
next door.
brief conversation about Carl. Yeah, they're right there. It's
God.
not far. It's the same block.
Yeah, because they're in a relationship, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Open.
Oh,
They're actually connected buildings. So.
Yeah, they
They
are.
are. Yep.
That's where she stays. Yeah, she does leave the. She's never.
Just
goes out
follow
to
the hallway
street.
up at the upstairs, and it goes downstairs
Oh,
into the.
God.
Just a little walkway across
Yeah.
the two buildings. Yep, above the alley. Very romantic place for them to meet.
Oh yeah. A little tryst. Tryst nightly.
Star-crossed lovers. That's terrible. That is so
Staring across
terrible.
at each other from across their balconies.
Oh my god.
All right.
Horrible.
But yeah, we can take a quick break. Come back at 28 after or so.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
And then, what's the plan? You guys just gonna head to the overnight security?
Yeah, let's.
I guess
do
so.
some voice
We
practice.
can hand wave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'll see y'all in a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
So, I love how Yogg is the #1 customer of this restaurant. Just
Yogg is
straight up.
customer.
He's their #1 customer.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Doing a bit of a name for himself.
I love it. It's very funny.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because it's not the same level as like one of those food challenges, but like the thing he ordered, the sampler is definitely like meant for multiple people. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a one-person meal, and I think he went there for lunch the first time.
Yeah, I think that was
Like-
the previous day. Or no, that was
Mhm.
I
2
feel
days
like it's
ago.
kind of one of those like if you can buy this and eat it with a buddy, you can have the meal for free type things.
It's
Which-
at the very least a similar amount. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was never intended for one person to order multiple for themselves. So yeah. But yeah, he's gaining notoriety, which would be perfect for his eventual restaurant.
I do like the Yogg-Shulin
Michelin stars.
stars, yeah. I think that's very fun.
I like to think that we're having a much more large but subtle impact on the city because all these different food places are going to have like these like insanely good like sales numbers for this quarter, and then all of a sudden when we leave, they're all going to go down.
Yeah,
like
right.
across the entire city.
Yeah, if they're not paying attention and recognizing
That
it's like a single customer, yeah, it's gonna.
We're
mess
gonna
up
send
their-
them into a recession.
a little bit, yeah. If they're
Oh
not,
God.
they're not smart about it. Yeah, yeah. It's
It
it's such a unique way for the D&D party to impact the city, but it's real.
Yeah, instead of saving the city, we're impacting their economy.
Yeah,
The restaurant economy.
Yep.
It is actually kind of funny to see that sort of change in real life. I've got a fun story. So when I was packing all of my stuff, one, I realized I have way more stuff than I ever thought I did, which, that's kind of the
Yeah.
story of moving. But unfortunately, since we ran out of boxes, I had to start buying them from Walmart. Well, I was buying them, but like I couldn't buy a bunch at once because I didn't know how many I. So over a couple weeks, I would go every couple days and buy a few more. Well, this, I guess, it had been going on for like a month or so before I was done. And so someone in their inventory team or their sales team probably saw that. And so the next time I went to Walmart at like a week later after I was done getting all these boxes, I went out and there was a big kiosk in the middle of the aisle,
Back.
with all the boxes and stuff in it, because they'd moved it to front product because they were selling so much.
Yeah, it's such a popular item. Yeah. But yeah, it was multiple times coming in, and yeah, they probably weren't looking at that it was like the same card or whatever.
No,
Purchased
so they were like, "Oh my god, so many people are buying these. We need to promote these.
They
We
were
need to put these
probably
out." And
they were
then-
probably just looking at inventory numbers versus how many people
yeah,
actually buy
exactly,
them.
like how much it moved. So it's funny because they probably put that out and probably didn't sell a single one.
Right, as soon as you were done purchasing, yeah. Yeah.
Since what we're talking about our financial impact on the city
Oh,
and all
cool.
the restaurants.
Nice.
Yogg specifically, his impact.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like all these places are gonna have like record good quarters for sales, and then all of a sudden the next like month is gonna be like all like back to normal. Like what the fuck happened?
Once he's out, yeah. Once we've left the city.
They'll probably start ordering a lot more food only to just never sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, all these items that are like massive amounts of food all bundled into one. It's never going to be purchased by anyone else. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys will come back in a month or two to a completely different restaurant industry.
All these places are closed.
Yeah. You're
No
not
one
allowed
will.
to, like, yeah, no items are like have as much food in one thing anymore. No combo platters. Because it's just not feasible without Yogg around. God, that'd be depressing. But then you open up the market for Yogg's Bar and Grill.
You know, if If there's not a market, create one, right? That's
Yeah.
what they say.
There you go.
Yeah, burn it down and create one.
Well, we normally leave the first part out. We normally don't say that.
Right. That's generally bad business to admit that part out loud. Okay, are we good to resume?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
focused the voice for about 2 seconds and it didn't sound anything like the first time, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so wrapping up at Big Pot, we'll say if you wanted to wait, just do miscellaneous things around town. Keeping out of the lower district to avoid peering eyes of the guards looking for a dwarf murder suspect, which per what Othello had said, I guess earlier this morning, things have died down a little bit given the identities of the victims, we'll say, were revealed to be a bit less than stellar individuals, so it's not quite as exciting of news anymore. But you make your way back up to the northeastern portion of this town, to 14 Ram Street. Is there anything you wanted to talk about before arriving? I'd say you probably would see him working the ovens at this point, since there is still daylight, unless you guys waited like a longer amount of time. Was there anything you wanted to do in the meantime?
Do you think y'all could pass another insight check?
Oh goodness.
I doubt it. I
What is-
doubt it's gonna happen.
Hmm.
Oh,
Wait, Yogg's make it. Oh,
not one.
what was the Yogg insight check
Oh my
for?
god.
Just to see
For
how
Val.
Val was-
For Val
Oh,
still.
okay. Yeah, no.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yogg
It's
is
fine.
happy. Yogg's doing okay, man. Yogg is.
Yogg's having a great day.
I was
He's
very
having a good
content.
time. Oh my
Mhm.
god. Nat ones. 2 nat ones.
He
Almost
gave
in a row.
advice and money to a poor victim of a mob attack.
Yeah.
He got some really
Yeah.
good food. He got to see his
Yeah.
favorite temple people.
Hung out with his favorite friends as always. Yep.
Did
Yeah.
we see Codex in this day?
Yeah.
Was that he
Yeah.
even saw
Yeah.
Codex?
Even
saw Codex.
It's been a long day.
Been a good day. Been a good day.
Yeah, because this day has been woke up, saw Codex at the bar, added more days to your stay, went to the temple once, went to the dwarf house for the first time, went back to the temple, had arm wrestling before that, and then we picked up after the second visit to the temple with Traff, and then obviously Big Pot. So yeah, it's been a lot
Yep.
going on today.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'll say you guys kind of arrange out here. You've got the dwarf walking around. I'll say he's not going to notice you. He's very, you could tell his senses, given his age, given the visible signs of age, especially in the clouded eyes, his senses are not particularly strong. So yeah, he's not going to take any notice of you despite him being outside. You can also barely see over the fence that's set up, so that's another aspect. But what would you like to do?
I'll try to greet him in Dwarvish when we walk up.
Okay. How loud are you?
I think fairly loud because she knows he's kind of deaf. We noticed that last time when we were here earlier, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple things that were definitely said plenty loud, and he had you repeat them.
Yeah.
I like to imagine Yogg is also talking to Dalen, so Val knows Val has to get above like Yogg talking speed.
Yeah.
Talking.
Yeah, that's
Talking
pretty
about the dinner,
loud.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty loud. Yeah.
About Yogg's cafe ideas. Yeah.
Cafe.
Yogg's got new ideas to talk about. Yeah.
All right.
So,
What are
so
these
each
ideas?
meal comes with a pot and a platter. Oh.
Yes, but only in that part of the menu. So that's pots and pies. And then Yogg also has meat and cheese for when you just want meat and cheese. And then there's sweet and treats and soups and sandwiches. And then Yogg didn't know, but people like salads, so Yogg thinks salads, and then just random stuff. So salads and sundries, and then breads and spreads.
Salads and sundries.
I like that's really cute. I like salads and sundries. I thought you were gonna say like soup and salad.
Right.
Salads and
salad-
sundries is genuinely a really
Sandwich.
good,
Yeah.
really good name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because Yogg does not really consider salads as a.
How does he know the word sundries?
Hmm.
He just has random
May not
big
know what it
words,
means.
yeah.
That's probably
It's
half that
related.
said it.
It's related to food,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I imagine one of the halflings that would make food used to toss it around, and usually just used to refer to like side dishes and stuff. And Yogg just picked up on that.
Yep. If it's related to food, then Yogg picks up on it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Go. So yeah, as that's going on, Val, you probably got to step, especially in this order or this formation. You're probably stepping like
I'll
this way, anyways.
Probably step up,
Way.
yeah, up toward the. I don't want to be right at the fence. I don't want to yell at him
Yeah.
right at the fence. But enough of a warning.
Okay.
Just like, good day, Errag.
Okay. Yeah, he actually, despite disadvantage, he rolled fairly well on his perception. You hear him kind of, he's in the middle of doing what he's doing, and you can tell that he hears you, but he still kind of finishes, putting the, actually pulling bread out, one of those long kind of boards, removes the bread, still has it on there, and turns and looks at you and says, "Oh, all right. One moment." Walks inside with the bread. It's not fast, but eventually the door opens. He kind of pokes his head out. Yes, what do you need?
Hello.
Hello? What do you need?
We were here for the job.
What job?
Your bread was being poisoned. You wanted night
Oh.
watch. Yeah.
Yes, okay, all right. Yes, yeah, you were here before, I think. Today?
This morning.
Aye.
Yesterday. Okay. All right. Yeah, come on in. I gotta finish this. And then he just kind of trails off as he's saying that. As he just goes back and you can see there's still obviously the bread looks the same now, but there's definitely a completely new set of loaves and whatnot across the table. Some that have clearly, like the one that he just brought in, that have been pulled fresh out of the oven that are still steaming. But he walks back out to the ovens, comes back in with another couple loaves. As you guys are just kind of left standing there, and he's going about his business. Eventually puts the last one down, puts the board away over in the corner. Yogg, where are you going?
He's gonna eat the bread again.
Where are you going, Yogg?
Sleight of hand. Here, can I? Well, my passive perception is. Yeah, my passive perception is a 14.
Higher than that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
I mean, that's pretty hard not to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yogg sneaks over
I mean, it's
and
an
like
old man.
tries
I mean-
to like take just a small piece of like a piece of bread.
Was
Like a
this when
local
he was
bread.
outside or when he was inside? 'Cause, I mean, he's been moving outside.
Here we go. Ooh. I don't know. What do you think? And you think that's enough to like for Yogg to know that Yogg should do it while he's outside?
I mean, does Yogg know this is like stealing, or does he
Ooh.
think it's more he's entitled to some of the? I mean, if he's doing sleight of hand, I guess it's kind of.
Is he taking the poison bread?
I would say the
doesn't-
poison bread has been thrown away. You don't
Okay.
see anything that looks like it's been poisoned to this. Or, oh yeah, I guess it was still the same day. Shit. And you hadn't thrown it away then. Yeah, it's no. With him baking more, I'd say no. There isn't. The poison bread's been thrown out.
I think Yogg knows that he's definitely sneaking something.
Okay.
Yogg doesn't necessarily think of it as stealing per se. This is just like when Yogg was back home. Like the matron would put out like a pie or something, and Yogg would sneak an entire pie.
Okay.
An entire pie. Oh, he's a
Just
growing
little-
boy.
just a little joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's innocent. I'll say. I mean, I'll roll. Obviously, I would say even Dalen. I mean, your passive perception is high enough. You both, Val and Dalen, see this. I'll say for the dwarf, I'll just give him a disadvantage. Actually, it's tough because like I'm also factoring in the fact that he's like out there. No, he rolled a 2 and a 5, so yeah, no, he doesn't see shit. I'll say he's like walking back in as you do that, but you do it not very cleanly, not very quickly, but he's kind of occupied with what he's got in front of him. Doesn't appear that he notices. Dalen and Val, obviously you've seen this, and he says, "Hey, move out the way here, son. I got work to do." And he just kind of doesn't shove past you, but definitely doesn't slow down. And
Okay,
just assumes
sorry.
that you're going to move out of the way.
Yogg is sorry. Excuse
So
Yogg.
wait, yeah, okay.
Did Yogg just like take a piece of a loaf of bread, or like was it like a roll?
It was a piece for Yogg.
So you like
It was
broke off
definitely a piece of a road. Yeah.
tore up a loaf.
Yep.
Okay. Sure. So probably about half a loaf of bread just got shoved. Okay.
I'm just envisioning this.
Yeah.
And you two just let it happen.
Yeah.
Dude, it's too fast.
Yeah.
Yogg was too fast.
Y'all
Zoom
walked
in.
past both of you and observed whatever would be the best choice while the dwarf's that. Anyways. Okay. So yeah, he kind of continues, should probably, if you're paying attention to him, you can see he's like, just tending to the ovens, making sure everything's done, but it seems he's no longer baking anymore, since it is getting pretty late at this point. I'd say, for the sake of this, it's getting pretty close to sundown by the time you guys made your way over here, because it did take a little while at the restaurant and whatnot. So yeah, so he takes a seat. Once he kind of lets out a long sigh, he'd actually break out a pipe at this point and start smoking it. Once he takes a couple hits of that, he kind of looks at you with the clouded eyes and, all right, well, we already talked about the means of the deal. I take it you're willing to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
What exactly do you want us to do?
Well, rule number 1 is to protect the bread here. Make sure it stays in one piece. Nothing gets tampered with. He's not laughing. I'm just laughing at the irony of it saying that.
The call was coming from inside the house.
That's rule number 1. The other is, and I'll throw in a couple extra coin if you can catch the culprit of whatever it is that is doing this, but if it's just enough to deter it, then, well, perhaps I can keep you here a couple nights and make sure the bread stays intact. Help out the sales. Should be able to fund itself. If you find anybody coming in, wake me up. I'll join in on cracking their head open. And he kind of gives a bit of a somewhat toothy smile. You can see a couple are missing. I'd say if you're looking around, you can see by the bed, there's a decent sized great hammer over there propped up against the wall. He kind of eyes it. He kind of looks over in that direction as he says that. Says,
Dalen kind of chuckles. Aye.
Perfect. But I'll lock up. But I'll leave the key out here on the table in case you need it. But otherwise, keep an eye out. I need to get some sleep. I haven't been able to sleep well much the last few nights.
Do you mind if we keep watching here and outside?
Whatever you need to do.
Okay.
We'll do our
Right.
best to be quiet.
I sleep pretty soundly. Don't be worrying about that too much. Just focus on the job. You can keep keep the torches lit if you want. It's up to you. The main thing is deterring. Second is capture. Understood?
Aye,
Yog
sir.
understands. Yog
Yeah.
will protect the bread. Oh,
Protect it
Yeah,
by
this
eating
doesn't need a
it.
deception check. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's not. And he's not going to think you're bold enough to just eat it. Okay. And it's like, all right, well, and if you want, help yourself to some of it. Just leave some coin on the table. You know the prices. 2 copper. For the bigger ones, it's 4. I know how much is there. I'll count it in the morning. All right. Well, I've got to wrap up a couple things. You can stay here or you can be outside. I don't give much of a damn. But, right. Well,
Good night.
kind of, yeah, good night.
good night. Your bread is good. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I know it is. Although, also, Yog doesn't even like the bread as is.
No,
But
no,
he has
that would be a deception
spreads.
check.
But you have your spreads.
that would be a disgust.
You have your.
Okay. Yog does like it with the spreads though.
Do you have
But
your
did but he
tiefling?
none
Yog
of
did
the
not have it
time.
with the spreads. No, Yog
Do-
didn't have
No.
it with the spreads
No.
on
There's
it.
just more of a subconscious
Uh huh. Yep.
compulsion.
Do you have your tiefling good berry
Yog
jam?
probably forgot that Yog didn't like the bread. Like honestly, Yog probably forgot
That's
that
fair.
he didn't like the bread.
Right.
And this is
It's
like,
like, oh,
fresh.
free
Did you get the
bread.
fresh loaf?
Fresh. Oh yeah, it's fresh out of the oven. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you probably liked it more. It would have been better.
A little
yeah,
bit
it's-
better. A little bit better. Not stale.
Come. But yeah, so he, I mean, you see him kind of fidget around, doing a few things, but for the sake of expediency, as the sun fully sets, it becomes dark outside. There is a torch lit. He kind of as he finishes his pipe, he'll I don't know if there's actually one here, but there'll be a little side table by the bed that he'll leave the pipe. He goes to sleep with close to the hammer, not too long after, and is out pretty quickly as the sounds of his snores fill the room pretty fast. How do you guys want to go about this? So he does leave a key. He does lock both the door to the ovens, like the side door and the front door, but does leave a large copper key on the table for you in case you need it.
So,
So what would you like to do?
what's the plan?
Yog's moral compass will eventually get the best of him, and Yog will take the rest of the loaf that he took a piece out of and leave
Okay.
2 copper coins in its place.
Surprised you didn't have to have a talking to from Val to do that.
No, this is a conversation that Yog has had with the halflings many times.
Yep.
Replacing food that was taken. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yog just doesn't have impulse control, so
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like when your dog does something it knows it shouldn't do, and then like right
Yeah.
afterwards, it's like, okay, I'm sorry I did that. I know better, but
Yeah.
I had to, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I was thinking, you want someone in here and 2 people outside?
Probably for the best. Probably also a good idea to put the torches out.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's enough light outside, and that would give us away then.
Yeah.
Yog cannot see in the dark.
I mean, I could stay in here. You two, do you think you can keep watch outside?
Well, really quick, because this affects on what I'm gonna say. So I know we're like in the city, but what's like the kind of lighting situation for the city? Because obviously, you know, you don't have streetlights or anything. But like, I know some places have torches, some places have like guard patrols.
Yeah.
Pretty dark in this spot because we're along the wall, and we're not in like
Yeah.
the government sector. So
Right. Yeah. There's a little bit of light outside. It is actually I can look at what the moon cycle is. I know in some of the previous, it's pretty close to full moon because I know we've been operating on a very close to full moon this whole time. But I do need to look at the combination of the timeline.
The timeline.
I know, which has mostly just been wandering Durandal.
Yeah.
And I'll also have to find where in my notes. But I'll say effectively, I mean, there's still a fair amount of moonlight, so it's not pitch black. I would say with like torches outside, there aren't a ton. Some because this is mostly like housing versus any shops or pubs or anything like that in this section of town. You get a
Wait.
little bit of patrols going through, but not too often.
If Yogg transforms into an animal, does he get night vision if they have night vision? Or dark vision?
You should.
Right?
You
Does he
get
get the physical trait?
racial.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's and it's a bit weird. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Yeah, because it's racial traits. Hold on. If the creatures, so on and so forth, hit dice and to retain the benefits of any. You can't use any of your special senses unless your new form also has that sense. It does not mention whether you gain those special senses. I would assume because it does not mention it, you do get access to it.
Yeah, I would assume. Like if
As
you
in-
become an owl, you're gonna have the night vision of an owl.
Right.
Like it'd be weird.
You
if
can't-
You didn't, and that's
You can't turn into
in-
things that fly yet, though.
No,
well,
you cannot
sure.
turn
But
into
I'm
things
just
that
using
fly.
that as an example. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I would say you
Yogg-
can do that.
It also y'all does not stay that for very
Right, it's
long.
not permanent.
Yeah,
It's-
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's not
fair.
an all-night
Is
thing.
it still an hour?
Yeah, it's an hour. Yeah, right now. I think it's rounded down.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, you are very close to a new moon, so there's quite a bit of moonlight out. Obviously, it's still
Wait.
somewhat dim.
New moon?
Or full moon. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of light coming from the moon given the circumstances. I guess I can roll for how cloudy it is.
Roll for weather.
Cloudy.
Yeah, honestly. No, it's fairly clear. So yeah, you've got a decent amount. It's not, bright, but I would say I would say those of you without dark vision can still see a decent amount. You can still see up close outside without, lighting up torches and such. So I would
Okay.
say there's no
Yeah.
disadvantage on perception checks unless you're like looking, 50 yards away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say I'm very sneaky.
Oh, dude, sweet. Tigers have dark vision.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. You'd be a
can be a
tiger in the
I can be a
middle of the
tiger.
city.
You know,
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
change it
It's much worse than a bear.
Gotta change it up from bear, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it's-
Yogg is at least intelligent, like at least like savvy enough to know that Yogg would want a form that could see in the dark. If Yogg is outside, like fighting outside.
Yeah, I would say for sure, just because like you've been a druid for a while, like this
Mhm.
would be the first time you're wild shaping in the dark, so you would know that there's limited or limitations if you weren't to do that. Yeah,
Yep.
I would take that as like a common sense thing over like an intelligence check.
Yeah, that's like a wisdom. Like, yeah, that's why I said savvy.
Yeah,
Yogg has probably come into a situation before where he's needed to see in the dark and like
that's something.
experience dark vision before and been like, oh, that's handy.
Yeah, or rather, did it once where they shifted into something that couldn't see
Yep.
in the dark and was
Yeah, yeah.
immediately learned that lesson. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold that as like a character flaw or
No.
anything.
But until that time, Yogg will not be able to see in the dark. So Yogg is reliant on the moon outside.
So, Yogg and Dalen outside, Val inside? Is that a
Yeah, we
terrible
can do that.
idea?
That's a great-
Yogg's
that's a
fine with that.
great
'Cause I figured it'd be dark in the house, too. So,
Yeah, so you're gonna quench the torch that's in
Yeah.
the corner there?
It does feel like Val would want the alone time as well
yeah.
right now.
Yeah. She's also not very sneaky, so if we're trying to like keep watch while outside and while not being noticed, she's not very good at that. So
Yeah, because Yog is totally.
and you
Yeah, I
know
was gonna say,
Dalen
are
is
any
too,
of
and
you sneaky?
no.
No.
2 of you are wearing heavy armor, so I have disadvantage anyways, right?
Yep. But I
Yep.
mean that's sound based, but
And true.
As long as you don't move.
God, we should have taken that fucking cloak of elven kind back from Codex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, quiet isn't the only form of stealth. If there are
No?
no witnesses, you won't get caught. Probably.
Oh God, you are gonna become an actual murder suspect.
Yep. Just
Mhm.
have another
Like,
gruesome crime
for
in a
real.
different district.
Yeah.
We'll definitely keep.
The Phantom Bear.
To be
Right.
fair, Dylan didn't do anything.
No, but you were spotted.
I think he landed one hit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were just
Yeah.
a very
You were
notably
just there.
new face. Yep. That was seen 2 minutes before the crime was the crime scene was discovered, basically, or maybe like 10.
Oh, man.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timing of that whole situation was so close to going so poorly for you guys. Or if the orc or whatever it was, whoever was last alive, tried to barge through the other door
Mm.
I
of
think
the
it
bar,
was-
which was occupied.
I think it
because
was
they
the
went-
elf, yeah.
Was it the elf was last? I think you're right. Because the elf went to the left, which was like a butcher that was closed for the day,
Yeah.
and hit the door poorly. If they'd done the other door and broken through, or even just made a noise, couldn't have been bad. So, anyways.
Do you mind if I change Yog's spells around, prepared spells around real quick? I think I just had them preset.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll say that's fine. Given
I'm just we knew we were gonna take this job in the beginning of the day. If not, like that's fine too. I just
I think I would say yeah. I'd say you guys had, because today was the day that you first talked to him. But I would say
yeah.
you guys probably out of character or out of session had like discussed.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
maybe let's go.
yeah. I mean, the job was we knew the job was a overnight thing, right?
Like a
Like an
stakeout.
overnight watch, like
Yeah.
a stakeout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was put in the initial job listing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's literally titled overnight security. Well, I guess that's what I have in my notes.
Yeah.
Hold on, do I also...
I should have Durandal job board. You should all have it.
Yeah,
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 it literally says
yeah.
overnight security.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna change my spells around. I
I'll
forgot
say
I
it. I'll
also have... I have Detect Magic, and I actually have Detect Poison and Disease,
Mm.
which I
Interesting.
think... Yeah, okay, yeah. Here, I can post the description.
Detect poison is like if a substance has been poisoned, right?
Yeah. For duration, you can
poisonous
sense the
creatures.
presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet. You can also
Ooh.
identify the kind of poison.
Just keep that turned on, and then we'll be like a beacon for the
Right.
the poison perks.
That only...
Easy peasy.
Oh, up to 10 minutes. Up to 10 minutes. Yeah.
That's actually kind of insane. That's kind of like really powerful.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna switch my spells around, though. But...
Yeah, I'll say if you guys want to, that's fine. Just make it, make those decisions now, obviously. But
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried
Oh,
about it just
good.
because, especially since the last time, since you guys woke up last session, so like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
it's kind of weird to go go to start a session midday, and yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you hadn't used any
Oh.
spells anyways, so yeah. Okay. So what's the plan?
Semi-related. I don't know how new this is. Maybe I'm just noticing it now, but they added short and long rest buttons to our character pages.
They've had that for a while, yeah.
Damn. Well, I just
That's
found
okay.
out about it.
Hey, that's so cool. Happy for you. Yeah, I know. I pretty much never use the in-game.
Yeah, I don't usually use
I only
it.
ever use the in-game sheet to like paste spells. Basically, I
Yeah.
just have
Oh.
Yeah, I
Good
don't really
copy.
use the mechanical stuff at all.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
man.
just like having actual dice and actual sheets.
Yeah. So I guess the plan then is Yog and myself outside.
Yeah. Yog will have dark vision. I forgot druids get the dark vision spell.
Oh.
That gives you dark vision for 8 hours.
Wow, that's
So,
nice.
Whoa,
That's helpful.
sick.
Yeah.
Just for being like all druids have that.
Yeah, this is a druid spell. I
cool.
totally forgot that it even existed. I forgot there was a spell that did that. So
I forgot too. Yeah.
So then all three of you will have, if you cast that, all three of you will have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Because Dalen have it
hell
naturally.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Dalen and
Oh,
Val
Val
have
has
it
it naturally?
already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Wait, sorry, Val does have it. Right?
Yeah, Val has dark vision.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not
So,
the
yeah, I mean, it's up to you if
superior
you
dark
cast it or not,
vision of the dark
Right,
elves,
right.
but
Of course. Okay. So
Yeah,
Dalen
y'all-
outside. Are you guys just like lingering? Are you patrolling the ones outside?
So in my mind, I figured we would probably take up different positions.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can talk about it in character too, still, obviously.
Oh,
'cause,
yeah.
You know, it's just however you want to do it. If you want to just say it. If you want to, you don't have to RP the conversation, honestly. Whatever you want to do. I won't make you do that.
I was thinking one person in front of the door, and then one person like patrolling the other sides. Just because it is a weirdly shaped building.
Yeah.
And there's what is there? A window here, a window.
Yeah, window,
here.
and then and one here. That's
Here.
and I'm on a pen. The bottom right as well.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, look at that. So and we do, and there is the like little door in the back near the ovens. So there's a bunch of like.
Oh, and there's a window by the bed
Watch.
too.
Oh
If
yeah.
you said that one.
So
Here,
it's
let me
kind
do
of.
So it's a little hard to see.
If
Just draw a
Yog is
line
like,
through it.
if we get one person like here-ish, they can watch the door and over here vaguely, and then one person over here, or we could just do one person in front of the door and one person like walking around. Trade off.
One of us could go on the roof.
One of us could go on the roof.
oh god, guys, you turn into a yak on the roof.
Yeah. Like that's up to I don't think Yog wants to go on the roof. If Dalen wants to go on the roof, that's fine.
I don't know if Dalen can get on the roof.
Oh god.
Yeah, so the it is a bit up there. You definitely need a ladder of some sorts. It's not a.
If I was Adrian, I would, but I'm not. So
Yeah, I say you might.
This is Sarah Callis.
You could maybe get like boosted up.
Callis would go.
In dwarf form, it would be a little tough. It would take a roll.
He's also a full male, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
And dwarves are already pretty stocky as it
Yep.
is.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to be a. I mean, I would say it would be difficult, but we did see Dalen perfect that one gymnastics move inside the cave, the goblin cave, which saved things against all odds. So I would.
He
there is a
retired from
possibility.
gymnastics after that. So
Okay, that makes sense. End on a high note.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
That
That fight scene.
I forgot about that. That was so funny.
That was so good.
That was like my
It
proudest
saved our bacon.
combat.
Oh, yeah,
setup
that
because it
saved
was such a
Val.
close thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really
Oh,
was
yeah.
like an actual pivotal role.
Yeah.
The bear getting wedged in, the dwarf vaulting it through the narrow gap when the paladin was at like.
1 HP.
One, weren't you were at one?
Yeah, she got
Was it
down
just
to
one?
1.
Literally one?
Yeah.
One.
And then
Against what? A couple rats and a drugged up goblin lord.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then Yog
Yes.
almost died in bear form. Pretty
yeah,
sure
no-
that happened, right?
Y'all got somewhat close, I think.
I'm pretty sure you got pretty beat up
was
before
Codex
changing
was
back.
And then Codex
Yeah.
was like soloing 3 or 4 different goblins. at one
Codex
point.
was literally just going on a murdering spree
I
behind
was gonna
us.
Codex went on a fucking rampage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, and the party was split at the beginning. Yeah, it was just a wild
Yeah.
Great.
little mini dungeon.
Yep.
But anyways. Okay, so what's the plan? One person's kind of posting up in front by the front door, the other is patrolling outside, and then Val is just chilling around the table.
Val's
Yeah.
gonna sit
I
right
didn't know.
there because she can see the
Okay.
entirety of the house from that
The
corner.
other thing is, do we want to try to hide ourselves? Do we want whoever it is to know that there's guards there? Or
He
do we
did
want...
say,
Well, we're
he
trying
did
to
say
catch
first and
them.
foremost that. Well, he said first and foremost the top priority
Prevention.
was making sure the bread's okay.
Yep. He did say prevention was the priority. Capture was the secondary mission.
Yeah.
We could. I mean, oh, here's a question. I know this is like right along, like right near the wall. Are we like actually on the wall, or are we still
No,
like
it's
a little bit
it's like a couple blocks.
like a block or two?
Yeah.
Okay, all
If I
right.
like
remember
around the wall.
correctly,
Yeah,
it's not directly on the wall.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can tell you that real quick.
I'm trying to think like.
Yeah, you're like a block and a half away from the wall at that
Oh,
point.
Yeah.
you see it. It's,
Yeah,
that's
we got
that's
range.
weird. That's a weird spot for a building too. It's kind of like a pseudo alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a lot of these. I mean, this is the slightly nicer like housing area for the most part, but yeah, it's still very.
I mean, it's a medieval city.
Yeah, the map
Right.
is
So
supposed
what you
to
can do.
the map is supposed to imply that the city has been built upon over many years.
Yeah,
So there's
they're
like
kind of-
weird like the streets don't quite line up in some places. Yeah.
buildings just sprouted up from nowhere and
Yeah.
probably have collapsed and
Built
been
on old
rebuilt.
ruins, yeah.
Oh, I like it. I think it looks good. It looks good. Where's our farmer friends? Where's his
Up
farm?
north.
Oh,
I don't
there,
think he's
there it is. I
is
see
he
it
on the
now.
map or okay.
Yep.
here,
Yep, it's
yeah.
about the very
He's
top.
right on the edge because he's by the woodsman because you passed the woodsman.
Yep. True enough.
Um,
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for that. So that actually, because I was thinking like if we're against the wall, that's one thing, but I don't want to be like standing outside of someone else's like house to give some distance. So yeah, maybe we'll just
somewhat close
skirt
quarters with other houses.
maybe we'll just skirt the property. I mean, we can try and like kind of lie in wait or like sit in a corner where it's not like we're trying to hide, but it's a dark corner.
I mean, Yogg's. That's not going to be Yogg's first thought. Yogg's first thought is just going to be stand in front of the door because then people can't get in to get the bread. Like, that's Yogg's thinking.
That does directly defend the bread. You know what? Maybe Dalen will like kind of sit against the door out here so that no one messes with the kilns and or tries to get in like through this way.
Yeah, and then Val will be able to see through like the windows and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Val's inside, Val will hear anything going on.
I figured
Well,
if
it
she's
depends
sitting
on how loud
in
he's snoring.
if she's sitting in that corner, she can basically see the entirety of the house.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think we got it. We got it covered. This is good. We're fine.
Yeah.
Great job.
Fine.
Easy peasy.
Job done.
Good job, team.
which
We can go home now.
You did it, guys.
Give us our bread.
Yeah. Here's your 50 silver. Nothing occurs. Everything is peaceful in the night, and you're good.
Yep.
And we'll just repeat this for a few nights, and you'll make 15 silver every time.
New jobs. We're slowly saving for a cafe.
So we
Great.
just have to keep telling him. Oh, I think I saw something last night. I better come back tomorrow.
Oh my
And
god.
just,
Right, yeah.
just,
We
just
were
do
so
that
close
until we
to
have enough
finding
money.
My god.
Infinite money glitch.
Yeah.
Team.
All right. Okay, so I'll say, so you guys, so the final plan, are you're kind of just staying in your specific positions rather than patrolling?
Yeah, I think that's probably the better.
Okay.
I'm thinking specifically because my armor would clink,
Okay.
and maybe it may be a good idea for Dalen to still remain slightly a low profile. For record, he is sitting on the ground against the fence.
Okay.
Yeah, Yog literally is sitting with like back to the front door. Like if that front door opens, Yog is gonna feel it. Yog does feel like Yog's been very, imperceptive today. Yog feels like, maybe there's been some stuff Yog's
He's
been
missing
missing. Yog's been
something.
very food focused. It's been too good of a day.
Yep.
Yog knows if it's too good of a day, there's usually something's gone wrong.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Okay. So I'll say, to the sounds of snoring and as you all get settled in, and it's definitely not, silent here, but given it is, more residential versus, taverns, any shops that might still be up this late, you hear the occasional footsteps and conversation of people passing by, but considering where you have been out in the city at night, this is a relatively quiet stint here. Maybe a little bit, how do I want to say this? It's unusual. It's not unexpected. It's just very different considering the nights that you've spent, especially recently with, alley ambushes and things. So as you kind of take that in and the warm summer air kind of surrounds you, I'll have you all make perception checks. All straight up, because again, it's bright enough in the immediate vicinity for Yogg.
Well,
okay,
he casts
Sarge.
he has dark vision now, so.
He does. Yaga does
Yeah.
have dark
Oh
vision.
yeah.
Oh, are you casting dark vision? Okay.
Yeah, Yog did cast dark vision.
I got you. Okay.
And I would also like to use, after sitting here for a little bit, I would like to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
That is that. So I could see Celestial Fiend or Undead. If that is
Okay,
anything.
cover.
This,
Okay.
yeah. And I. That is a 16 on perception. too.
Okay.
So.
Till the end of your next turn. Okay, so that's quick. Okay.
Yeah, Divine Sense is quick, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yogg and Dalen, you're doing great. Maybe that food's kind of hitting you a little bit. You know, the peaceful warm air, being able, and you're both sitting down. You know, maybe it's
We did both eat a lot more than Val did.
Yeah.
It's a little. You know, you're still awake, but you're definitely kind of enjoying your time of relaxation outside. Nice breeze is rolling through. But yeah, nothing. Not seeing anything. Val, as you know, you kind of sit and you know you're kind of, and you are in the dark. The dark vision's there with the snoring going on. Nothing visual of note. As you cast Divine Sense, you do pick up 3. I'm trying to. Do you?
3?
Yeah, I'll assume you would know which it is. 3 fiends. All within the house.
Oh,
The call is actually coming from within the house.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
Where?
yeah, I gotta figure that out.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, we're gonna solve this like
So fast.
30
It's okay.
seconds in.
It's so
The
fast.
power
It's
of
so funny.
paladins.
So yeah, it is 3 fiends. They seem to be the same type. Like they're all 3 fiends. They're all similar. I don't know. I think that's all you get. You don't get any kind of additional knowledge. I'll say 1. Let me make sure I have my pointer. I'll say there's 1 here up against the wall by the roof, like the ceiling, kind of between the ceiling and the wall. Doesn't seem to be moving. 1 up here, similar, kind of against the ceiling, and then another that seems to be slightly above the ceiling here. They all are, you know, fairly stationary. Yeah.
Are they invisible? I can't see them normally. I can only
Correct.
see
You're
them from
looking
the
at
divine
their-
sense. Like I can see
Yeah,
their
you-
auras.
Right. You get the
Yeah.
idea. You get the sense that they must be invisible, given you're looking at the space. The 2 of them, given where their auras are, should be in plain sight. The
Yeah.
3rd does seem to be out of sight above the ceiling, but even staring closely, aren't able to see anything, anything physically there.
Yeah. Oh shit. I was thinking maybe I could cast something, but I have to be able to see them. And I don't think Divine Sense would count for that.
What would you cast? Like a targeted spell?
I was thinking
kinda
like
thing?
Bane or something.
Yeah, I think and especially because Divine Sense is going to go away
Oh yeah, that's like a
'Cause-
6-second. Yeah.
until the end of your. I guess end of your next turn. So I guess technically, but I would
That's
say
6 seconds, yeah.
right. You would have to make that decision immediately, and I think
12
Bane-
seconds maybe, yeah.
right, and I would
Yeah.
say Bane. You have to actually physically see them.
Yeah, it literally says creatures, up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see.
Yeah. So yeah, the sense is
so-
it's precise, but it's not quite the same because you know that where they are, but not like the shape, the size, or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh
But yeah, 3
god, I
fiends
don't
just
have.
chilling.
Yeah, they're just chilling in his house. Oh
Mhm.
my god, I should have done this earlier, before he went to bed. Oh my god.
Yeah, you talked about doing that, and I was like, well, this will be over quick. This will be a good mystery.
Are they
Solved
looking?
immediately.
Were they? Well, I guess I couldn't tell if they were actually looking toward me.
Yeah, you have no idea. You just know that they're there.
I will tighten my grip on my sword and
Okay.
wait for any of them to move. I don't want to engage them yet.
Okay. Okay. Couple minutes go by. I would say, given your perception check, you do hear a little bit of movement. Nothing quick, nothing fast, nothing. But you can hear a little bit of kind of scratching, claws kind of moving across the walls. I'm gonna change the
Now,
music.
if I hear them moving, I'm going to do Divine Sense again because I can do it up to 3 times.
Okay.
So-
Hey, Artie, I think you got shifted to host because I disconnected. Are you?
Gotcha.
tell if-
Let me see.
God, this is so intense. I hate this.
I know this is too peaceful, and I don't. Have
I
a
don't
good
know if I
ominous
want to make a
music.
move for the door to get Yogg in here. I don't want them to know that I could see them yet.
Yogg outside the door is just opening his
Yeah.
little doggy bag and
Munch.
Snacking. Yep. Okay, where is? Let me use my old man abilities to modify the playlist. Were you able to give me control?
Oh,
Artie?
I'm not even.
Yeah,
Or whoever it was.
you should have it.
I probably do. I just gotta remember how to use this.
Right.
Oh, I forget every time.
Yeah.
I forgot. I actually have it up separately for anti-ad.
Yeah, I think that might have been the. Yeah, here it is. Playlist. Okay, so you're doing Divine Sense again.
Yeah, I can do it again. Oh, dungeons.
Yeah, I think you're still hosting, Artie. Can you just hit the next music? Then I added to the playlist. Can you just go to the next one?
I gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does say I'm hosting again. That's strange.
Oh, now I got it.
Well, that works.
Yep. Okay, we're good. Nailed it. Okay, so you cast it again. Not a whole lot of movement. I mean, where's my map? I would say the one has just gotten a little bit closer, but still against the wall.
Is it like crawling toward me?
To a degree, it's still so it went from here.
shit.
You can see my ping, and it just moved
Yeah.
down, like to the next square, basically. So kind of, but it's still up against the wall, still close to the ceiling. The ones against the far wall to you, the one that was below the ceiling hasn't really moved. The one that was above the ceiling has now moved to be below the ceiling, but still up against the wall and this kind of close to the ceiling, right? But is now below it. Does that make sense? That's about it. It's just small movement.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stand up and walk over toward the bread. Over
Okay.
toward the table.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna try, before I do that, I'm gonna try and walk over to the door and knock on it.
Okay.
I don't know if Yogg's gonna hear that.
I say Yaga would definitely hear it. It's just more of a matter of will he know what to do with that? I mean, how loud are you knocking? Are you just like really gently tapping, or like?
I want it to be loud enough where he can hear, but subtle enough where it's not gonna set these fiends off.
You don't know
Maybe.
about that, but
Maybe.
I'll say yeah, Yag. You hear, kind of a gentle rap against the door that you're leaning up against. I would say you don't need. I mean, you're up against the wall. Or the door. You would hear it and feel it. Now, do you know what that means? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's up to
Because
you to decide.
after that, I'm gonna walk over to the bread table. So.
I don't know if that would be a. Yeah, I don't know if y'all would know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Give me a
Shit.
second.
I mean, I would say I
Man,
would lean
this is
towards
hard.
no, but that's kind of a character decision. Like,
Yeah.
Yogg jumps up
Okay.
jumps
Scare
up
him.
and shoves the door as wide as possible open. There are intruders! Yogg will get you!
Yogg,
Away from Yogg's bread!
Yogg,
Stay
stop.
away!
I
Yogg,
feel like I feel like at this
stop
point,
yelling. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely hear that, Dalen. Val, you hear some scurrying close to the wall. Seems to be going up. The one, so you hear scurrying here going
Do
up.
anything.
You hear scurrying here going to this far corner, close to where the torch is.
Oh my god.
Does Errag wake up? No. No, he's still asleep.
He's dead
The snoring
asleep.
stops. He kind of shifts he kind of rolls a little bit, but he rolled a 7 because he's at disadvantage. So yeah, he's still asleep. He
Classic.
shifts a bit. And he'll start snoring again in a minute. So Yogg, you barge in. Dalen, you hear this. Are you going inside as well?
yeah, he'll be a little slower and
Mm-hmm.
a little more methodical about opening the door.
Yogg, stop yelling. Just stay quiet. I am.
Where are they?
Just shh.
They hit the door.
That was me. I was
Oh,
trying to get you to come inside quietly.
oh, you didn't want to wake up. You didn't want to.
Something happened.
No, everything is fine.
No, Val.
It's
Val
alright.
was just trying to get my Yogg's attention.
Oh,
My Yogg.
My Yogg attention, as opposed to your Yogg attention. Their Yogg attention. The halflings taught me ownership.
I'll try to talk quietly, but I think I know what's poisoning the bread. I think it's a set of fiends. They're up in the ceiling right now. I think they're invisible.
Okay. Where are the fiends?
I will nod over the bread table and back in the corner. You're not gonna be able to see them.
Yogg could make them seeable if they are all in the same spot.
How close do they need to be?
It's 20 feet.
20 feet?
It's a
Oh,
20
that
foot-
could
it's a
get...
20-foot cube.
Dude,
Here's
if you
the-
cast it, like, right in the middle, you could get all of them.
that's like the whole.
Yeah,
room.
that's like the
Cube. It's a
entire...
cube. It says specifically
I
20
mean,
foot
like...
cube, 10-foot radius.
I mean, you could literally... You could pretty much get all of them if you
Oh, no,
placed it, like, there.
I think. Oh yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. It's this whole area. Sorry, it's from like
yeah, 20
here.
foot
It would be
cube, yeah.
here to here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could,
Where-
like, get
where
all
we
of them.
at?
We're over here, right? I'm guessing.
I'm in front of the door. I came in from.
Where's Val at?
Val was in front of the bread table.
Oh, okay. Well,
And how quiet are you guys? Like whispering to each other? Like what's
Val
your
is
volume
trying
on
to.
here?
Val is trying to be
Yogg
quiet.
Yogg did roll a stealth check. Yogg recognized that they were
Oh,
trying
did
to
you?
be quiet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a
Um.
I rolled an intelligence check to make sure.
Okay, so 13 was your stealth to
Yep.
stay whispering. Val,
Right.
can you do one as well?
A
A
stealth
for
check?
like the sake of.
Do I get disadvantage?
No. This is
Okay.
regular because it's just how quietly you're talking.
Well,
while-
my normal stealth check is shit. Natural 20.
No,
Jesus
wait,
Christ.
This is-
wait.
yeah,
Two
seriously.
nat 20s on the
That's
on
wild.
the
On a fucking
Whispering.
stealth check for whispering. Amazing.
So
tracks.
what sucks is Yogg didn't roll high enough.
No.
But you hear as you guys are planning this out, because I'll say it's before as Val is kind of coordinating with Yogg, kind of in character, the whole thing of like where you could cast it or whatever. you hear from the corner, the bottom left corner where the torch is, which is obviously quenched at this point. I would say the voice is fairly quiet, but I can't do this terrible accent and make a stage whisper, so you just hear this kind of shrill, high-pitched, "Hey, no, don't. Listen, we can make a deal.
You should show yourself.
All we need. I will not do that.
I know there's 3 of you in here.
That makes me even less likely to show myself."
I'm gonna eat the bread.
Listen, we just want to leave. We've been trapped here for weeks.
Trapped?
Yes,
How so?
underneath that bed is a door to the wizard's lab. He summoned us, but locked us within the house, and there's a crystal to open the gate back to our world. You just move the bed and retrieve that. It'll open the portal in the attic and let us out. Damn dwarf can never hear us. Killed one of us. We're trying to get him out of the house.
Well, first off, I don't like making deals with fiends, and I definitely don't like making deals with one that we cannot see.
Insight check. Oh, hey,
Oh, wow.
okay.
Oh, my God.
wow.
Inside
Damn.
a fiend,
Damn.
Okay.
but not that well.
So you're trying to inside check the
Yeah,
voice?
the whole story. Yeah.
Okay. Do I remember how to whisper? Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, I gotta...
Here, I want to test this too, just to make sure, because I haven't done this
Oh, yeah.
before.
Probably a good
Yeah,
idea.
okay, that worked. Yeah.
I did get it, yeah.
Yeah, no one else got that right.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I didn't.
It was 1, 2, 3. Write it down.
You weren't supposed to say that.
1, 2, 3.
That's the password for the trap door. Because he's old.
No, his password's just password. Right.
Just P. Password
P.
is too long.
Oh my God.
Just the letter P.
Yep.
Close enough.
So what was the last thing you said, Val? You don't like making deals with fiends, especially not ones you can't see.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
Persuasion.
Let's see, what do I add? 18.
Okay.
This is the one thing I'm good at. I'm good at talking.
Sorry. Yeah.
Just not to our party.
Right.
Yeah.
That's different. That's opening up and being vulnerable. I seem to see. Yeah, okay. Let me. So there's a bit of quiet. None of you are brandishing weapons, right?
Val kind
Like
of
you have a
is.
hand on the sword.
Yeah.
But it's hand on the sword, sure, but nothing has been drawn. Nothing terribly aggressive yet. Okay. I just need to make sure I get. Yeah. So you see against, kind of perched up in the corner, as the shimmer kind of fades. Can I do this here? Yes.
Oh,
Bottom left corner.
Yeah.
A fairly small winged creature, almost a purplish red hue, maybe a little bit hard to see, in the dark, but we'll say for the sake of this, you can see very, very small, but with very sharp claws across all hands. Does have a humanoid shape to it. Very beady, slightly yellowed eyes. For those of you in the know, which probably is just Val of such things as fiends, this is an imp.
Yeah.
I don't. I would say Dalen. I would say Val would know it pretty inherently, given being a paladin. This is like the most common type of fiend.
Yeah.
I would say Yogg and Dalen, if you want to make a religion check.
I'm gonna
can.
make. I'm just gonna decide. I don't. Oh, actually, you know what? Yogg is. I forgot Yogg is actually trained in religion, so why not?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dalen.
Okay. All right, Dalen. This just looks.
Dalen has heard of creatures. Like,
Hell
he's heard the word
creatures.
fiend, he's heard the word imp, whatever, but like he's
Yeah.
never gotten a description, and he's never thought past, oh, okay, those exist. He has no idea what the fuck that is.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, and Val said to both of you that there were fiends.
They were
Right.
Yeah.
fiends, yeah.
Right. So yeah, I would say
This is the first time Dalen's ever seen anything like that.
Sure, but you have the general idea that a fiend is
Yeah,
something
yeah.
from hell, from the hells. I'd say that's relatively common knowledge. The specific one, not sure. To Val and Yogg, yeah, definitely an evil creature, and still not unheard of to be in the material plane, but definitely not their home area here. They can be a bit vicious, but they are small, but still can do some damage. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you see it shimmer. It reveals itself. It definitely still looks so. It's definitely kind of making itself small as well in that corner. It hasn't really seemed to change its posture. And it says, "All right, this. All we need is to move the bed. You would retrieve the crystal, or we will.
We're not opening a
upstairs.
portal to the hells for you.
You can close it as soon as we're through. It's fine. You will be here. It is small. Nothing besides us can get through or out. It will not be. Just wish to be back home.
Can I insight check now?
Absolutely.
Okay, bat person. Are you the ones who
Oh.
have been poisoning that decent bread?
You can't even say good. Oh man.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
I got an 11, by the way.
11.
Yeah.
I would say you inherently are not going to trust anything this creature says.
Oh God, no.
It could be it could be telling the truth. It could be, being fiendish and just being, lying and manipulative. It's hard to tell. So yeah, you're not really able to pick up a whole lot. To your question, Yogg. Yes, that was us. Wouldn't listen to us. Smashed one of us with that damned hammer. So we thought getting rid of the bread would get him to leave and take that damned bed with him.
Yogg does not like that you have ruined decent food.
If you let us out, we'll never do it again.
Yogg believes you. Yogg thinks we should help the bad person.
I am not opening a portal to the hells in the city. I'm not doing that. Period.
Well,
So,
then I don't think we have much to say, and he'll go invisible again.
well,
And you
we've
hear.
reached a bit of an impasse, you see.
I'll say
seems-
all three of you make a perception check with disadvantage
Disadvantage.
Aw.
Because they're invisible again.
because it's invisible. Yeah.
Aw.
Oh no.
Oh, actually,
still
that's not
talk.
bad.
12.
15,
A
12.
nat one. Natty one.
Poor Yogg. Yogg's just so torn up about that bread.
Dude, the bread.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah. None of you
Truly
are
a
able to.
tragedy.
You can hear for a brief moment that it seems to have moved. Like you can hear a little bit of the claws scrape, but then quiet. But so yeah, and I guess I need to hide the token. But what were you saying, Dalen? So yeah.
Well, he was about to talk to the imp, but imp had it.
Yeah.
So he's just it's fine. I mean, it was kind of to everyone in the room.
Okay.
So, I suppose we've reached an impasse then. Quite the classic conundrum.
An imp.
Now,
Pass.
Impasse.
Sorry.
um... so Dalen will kind of look around to wherever he thinks the imps might be. Imp. Well, I guess only one. He only knows there's one, I guess.
Imping.
I think Val
Imping
said
impishly.
that there were 3.
Yeah.
Val said in conversation, I know that there's 3 of you, so
Right.
assuming
okay,
Galen
alright.
picked up on Val saying that, which I would assume,
Yeah.
given the situation, yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna look in the corner where the imp last was and say, well, there's just one problem, you see. We can't wake the old man up. We can't do that. That's breaching our contract. You're gonna have to wait.
But the old man did not say we should not wake him up. The old man said we should wake him up if there was a thing. And there's a thing.
Now, Yog, we're on a house call. This isn't some restaurant or inn or something. This is someone's house. You can't just wake someone up in their own house.
Is that bad?
Well, I suppose you could if there was danger, but I don't... Right now, I think we're alright.
They are poisoning bread. That is pretty dangerous to Yog.
No, right.
They're not really putting up much of a fight, though.
I meant right now.
Oh.
What I'm saying, right, is we can't wake the old man up. Breach our contract. Now, we'll come back tomorrow. Perhaps we can do something then.
What? We're not... Okay.
Couldn't we just do things after he wakes up in the morning?
That is a good point.
Yog is confused.
Isn't that tomorrow? When he wakes up, isn't that tomorrow?
I don't know, that's a good question. What time is it?
Oh, it's like the middle of the
it's-
night.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
What if it's
probably
past
been
midnight?
Before midnight, technically. Because he went to bed pretty early. Like, you guys arrived at, like, 8:30 p.m. He went to bed at, like, 9. I'd say Val cast that pretty quickly, so actually it's probably still only, like, 10 p.m. Because I assume Val
Great.
cast that, like,
Yeah.
pretty much immediately after sitting down.
Yeah, probably. That is a good point. Why can't we wait until the morning? Do you disappear in the sunlight?
If we wait until morning, they might poison the bread.
They're going to do something regardless, but I don't really understand why this has to be at the middle of the night instead of at a reasonable hour where we wouldn't be breaking our contract.
I do not think they care about what a reasonable hour is. Yog,
I mean,
does
I
not,
think they're a little cowardly to begin with.
but they are also invisible.
Exactly.
So we will not see when they poison the bread.
We can watch the bread. We're standing right here.
But we were standing right here also, and we still could not see him.
They aren't going to do anything while I'm standing in this house.
You hear a voice. It starts. It's similar to that, like up against the ceiling, but within the room now. About here. We don't give a damn about the bread. We just want to leave. That's it.
Yog thinks we should help them leave.
I agree.
I don't trust
We'll
a
talk
word
about
they
it.
say.
We'll talk about it when the old man wakes up. I'm not touching him. I'm not moving him. It's a breach of my contract.
I mean, I know an easier way to send them home.
You know an easier way to what?
Send them
It's not like
home.
You kind of cut
Sorry,
out. Oh.
my mic is not wanting to pick me up, apparently. I know an easier way to send them home.
Oh?
Did that... I will grab my sword.
You will
All devils
hit
get-
them. How will Val hit them?
Could figure something out. It is an easier way, from what I've heard. Devils return to the hells after they're slain.
That's true. It does seem a lot easier. Why haven't you all done that?
Is it? Yeah, your friend's already back home now, isn't he?
This is a GM question. Do imps do that? I thought
I
that was
don't
only
know.
higher level.
I don't know. I don't know
I
if
know
Val
some
knows
do.
that. I think she just
He's
knows
got-
generally.
Maybe imps don't. And these guys are shitting themselves. Like, oh my god.
I have zero idea.
I think it's only more powerful ones that will like.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah.
I don't think
check the
Val
DM.
would know specifically if that applies to imps or not. But
I guess it
either
also-
way, she does not want to make a deal with these imps.
I mean, that's fair.
I
I guess it
think
also
she
depends.
would.
Like,
She's itching to smite them.
she's also itching to
Oh.
have a bar fight, so I'm a little questionable about that.
Look,
motive.
she's been through a lot, but I do really
Actually,
want to
it
use
is
my
kind of-
smite.
It is also
But-
like your alignment and class determine that you should probably
mean,
kill these guys on sight.
Dude, like, this is like so suspicious to her.
Oh, this is 1000% a scam.
Like, come on.
You just-
Like,
you just
there's
have
no
a-
way.
you
And
just
I
have
don't
full party members.
I don't think Val would want to believe anything that comes out of a fiend's mouth anyway. That's yeah.
Yeah, I need to see if the imps know that. Like, 'cause this one thing.
If they if
Oh,
they
it
don't
does.
if
It
they don't
apparently
do
does.
that, yeah.
Well,
If it
here's something
dies
else.
outside the 9 hells, the devil disappears in a cloud of sulfurous smoke or dissolves into a pool of ichor, instantly returning to its home lair. But it's
Oh.
still not exactly the best way to go.
Yeah, there's a couple like
the
different
easiest
descriptions
way.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
I think for Rakshasas, it's like
It's-
extremely painful.
Right.
It'd
I
be
would imagine
really funny if they didn't.
Those
Um,
dying bodies were just there,
Right.
laying in the apartment. Just
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, is anything different because they were summoned, or were they just lying?
Well, that's some of the things.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
ask. I can't.
But yeah, I know how I'm playing it as a GM because I did see some things and there's some other stuff. So, but that's
Nice.
I'll say this when Val says that there's an easier way or whatever. That's not an option. We're not doing that. Don't think it would even work with the damn spell the wizard put on the house.
Yogg does not think that is the right answer, anyways.
I'll
Yeah.
say anybody after that said, anybody with a passive perception of 9 or higher is going to hear the I almost moved the token. It's gonna fly across the room very quietly, but still with some audible
Yeah.
bit from above there to here.
My passive
Where?
perception is
Here, I'm just gonna make the token shown because you guys are hearing
Okay.
it talk.
Yeah.
We'll assume invisibility.
I'll say
Visibility. There might be a little token.
there should be an
thingy
icon I
you
can
can
yeah, I
add
don't
to it.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. My passive
do
perception is
something.
14. So
Yeah, I mean it rolled double
It's-
4s
oh,
with advantage.
wow. Oof.
Double
Uh,
4s.
There, that's the closest. Yeah, it's
Ninja.
invisible, but this is where you heard it land.
Ninja.
Yeah. And I'll update it every time it talks, or if you hear it. So yeah, sorry, I cut somebody off when I explained that.
No, that's okay. Yogg does not think that is the right answer, anyways.
I don't-
Yogg trusts that they just want to go home. Yogg thinks we can send them home and do it without killing them.
I don't believe there was a wizard here. That's a little hard to believe.
Yogg does. Wizards do weird things.
This is true, to be fair.
Codex was weird. Was Codex a wizard though?
I think he was a sorcerer, though.
Oh,
I don't really know what the difference is, but
Yog had
he's
heard
adamant
that
about
sorcerers don't study, but Codex studies. So
that. Maybe
Yog does not know.
Maybe he's an
what
anomaly.
the
I don't know.
difference-
Maybe he's an anomaly.
Just
Well,
thinking
no.
how pissed off this imp is getting right now. Just for no reason.
Either way, we are not opening a portal, and they are not going to be opening a portal inside the city.
What if the portal is not inside the city?
Then I suppose that's fine, but they will be the ones to do it.
We could, but we will not know if the portal is inside the city or not if we do not go. So we should go check it out first, and then we can decide whether to open portal and let them go home or not.
You can.
Yog just does not want to be rash about things.
I don't think that's rash, but you can take a
Yog
look.
thinks we could chill.
Good.
Sorry.
Have you been smoking this guy's pipe? Ah.
Yog is feeling it.
You're getting secondhand smoke from his pipe weed. Oh my god.
Yog thinks that is good kush.
Y'all would smoke weed though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Well, you can check it out. I'm going to stay right here and keep an eye on them.
Okay. Yog will go move the bed now.
Maybe, don't do that while he's sleeping. He's going to attack you.
Yog, you're gonna breach our contract.
There was nothing in the contract about
What if we just
beds.
wait until the morning? We can get him out of the house, and then figure it out then.
Now, I am also just a bit stumped. Couldn't they just have flown out the door or the windows?
They said the wizard trapped them here. Yog assumes the
Well,
wizard
actually-
did something.
Oh,
Couldn't they just...
they did say that.
They're small enough to get under the bed. But I guess if it's a...
But the bed is on top of the door.
Yeah.
So this,
Perhaps they couldn't move the bed.
well, yeah, the frame is a very thick like oak frame that doesn't have like room underneath it. Like it kind of
Gotcha. It
rests
goes to the floor.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Right. It's not propped up.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's flush with the floor or the rug rather. Yeah.
Maybe we should wait till morning when he's out baking bread and then he can move the bed. Would that be easier?
At the very least,
wouldn't
him
get
on the bed
smacked
is a lot
by
of
a
added
hammer.
weight.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm a little worried
I
if
don't
you try
know.
to move
Yog
it
thinks
with...
he's small.
I think if you try to move it with him on it, he might smack you with that great hammer.
Oh,
If you
you're
wake
right.
him
Yog
up.
should
he sleeping
move
with
him
it?
first.
Well, it's like right next to the bed.
Yeah, and I'll say when he went to bed, he like propped it up against the bed. Like it was propped
Yeah.
up against the wall. Now it's like basically right next to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will the bat people wait for us to do the morning, or will they want to do it now?
If they don't want that, we can just take care. We could settle this right here and right now.
Oh, yes, Yog could move the bed right here, right now.
No.
That is true.
Not moving the bed. We can just send
Okay.
them back home the faster
Yog
way.
heard that Yog should move the bed.
Are we breaking you? Yeah.
And this guy does not want to talk. He wants to talk as little as possible given the situation. So it's one of those.
It's like good cop, bad cop. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. For the sake of this imp, yeah.
Yeah.
Move it now. Move it in the morning. It's fine.
Oh, Oh, so Yogg can wait.
Who's Yogg?
Yogg is Yogg. What is your name? Yogg is Yogg.
Which one is this?
You shouldn't give your name to fiends.
Oh, why?
They'll use it against you.
Will they? Mr. Bad Person, will you use
Mr.
Yogg's
Bad
name against
Person?
Yogg?
Of course not. Not if you move the bed. Would never do that.
To be fair, any of us could use our names against each other.
Well, it's like a
They seem like very
magical...
nice bad people.
It's like a deal thing they do.
I don't know, Val. Have you ever had like someone you really liked just tell you something not nice? Doesn't make you feel very good for a long time.
Years, even.
Sounds like a spell to me.
It doesn't spell very good.
Well, if you want to try to wake him up, you can.
Well, Bad Person said we could wait till the morning.
Or we could do that, but I don't really want to leave the house.
Why would we leave the house?
I mean...
No reason to now.
I guess so.
We know they cannot leave the house, so all three of us can be in here.
Yeah?
Yogg did not get Bad Person's name. What is Mr. Bad Person's name?
It had just moved too, so it's kind of funny that it had just moved over here quietly. None of you would have. Actually, no. I think it was a 14. So you said Val, your passive is 14.
Yep.
Okay. What's its self? Sorry. Okay, I guess you would have heard it. Must be a.
What about the other
Oh wait,
two?
no. Never mind. No, that's a total of 20. Sorry. I
Oh,
was
oh
looking
my
at that
god.
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
what about the
but-
other two in the
but it was-
room?
I would say, given your kind of focus on this one, you haven't heard anything.
Standing
from that
like
space.
statues.
See. So now that it's moved, or at some point it moved, you hear from a different part, or a slightly different part. You could call me Arrix, Yogg. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yogg is happy to meet Eric's Bat Person as well.
Well, I spelled that completely wrong.
What is other bat people's names?
We can cover that once the bed has been moved. Or if the other two want to trade names.
Oh,
We'll not be doing that.
I'm also not sure if you guys have said each other's names at this point.
I don't think so.
But maybe. I don't think you have.
Yogg, I'm pretty
Yogg
sure
has. Obviously, Yogg.
Yogg
Yogg has
has.
said Yogg.
for sure.
Has Yogg said, I don't think Yogg has said Dalen or Val, though. At least not.
I don't think so.
Sure, yeah, no. We'll say no. I don't know.
I don't think so. I
I
think
don't
Yogg
remember
is the
that
only
people say from-
name that's been said this whole time. 'Cause-
Yeah, I think Yogg has just said Yogg. And I don't. You may have said it when you guys walked in, like when you first met him, but I
With
also
with
don't
an
remember.
18, would Yogg know about the whole name thing? And would Yogg
Mm,
know whether it is like the full name or whether it's only the first name? Because Yogg does have a last name and a middle initial.
Oh, God.
I think it has to be full name, right? That does need to be full name. Like from a D&D perspective, it's supposed to be the full name, I believe. And I would say an 18. We'll say, at least for this, we'll say it's full name.
Okay.
Young Entertainment Bear. So yeah, I would say Yogg
Oh
would know
my god.
that, and we'll say in this world, Fiends Or at the very least, just giving a first name is not enough. Giving a first name might allow them to find the rest of your name, but just the sake of knowing a first name, it can't be used against you directly.
Okay, cool.
That's not to say that some more powerful fiend could take Yogg and find a record of Yogg the Green Dragonborn somewhere, but
Yogg is so nice.
yeah.
Maybe they
Yogg
just
can
want to
break that.
come to
They're gonna
Yogg's future
God,
cafe.
they're gonna put Yogg into a contract.
Value here, a move to this
Oh
corner.
my god.
A contract to make delicious hell food in the kitchen along with the other menu items for full
touch of poison.
sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
For
spice.
For the Dragonborn that you wanna have a little flavor, or for people that hate themselves.
And do you think Yogg could parse out the poison breath weapon throughout the day? Just add a little poison to each meal. Not enough to
I was gonna
but
say,
just enough to...
since
Add a little
Yogg is resistant to poison, does he use poisonous things as spices?
Ooh. I imagine Yogg eats spicier things than most people do.
Yeah.
Yogg's not immune,
I think.
but Yogg would.
Dalen resistant to poison too?
As a dwarf.
Are dwarves?
I think
don't
there's
know.
a certain subset of dwarves
Maybe
that
it's a subspecies of dwarf, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't
you get
remember if you're
advantage
mountain or
on
hill.
con save.
Yeah.
Advantage on saving throws and resistance to
Gotcha.
poison damage. Nope,
Yeah.
that's just a dwarf thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dwarven resilience.
Have you fought
Yeah, there it is.
anything
Dwarven
with
resilience.
poison?
I don't think so.
No,
Or
not that I remember.
if we did, Dalen didn't roll against it.
Yeah.
There was the there would have been.
Were there like centipedes or something that
There
were
was the centipedes
poisonous?
that we killed right away in the beginning.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they ever hit you guys. Maybe they hit one of
They,
you.
they hit. I think they hit Yogg. Because
Might
I'm
have been
pretty
Yogg.
sure
I
I've,
think
I've
so.
used the poison resistance at some point.
Oh, you did
Yeah,
it
I
last
thought-
session for the bread.
It was either
Well,
yeah.
But in
or the
combat, I
rotten
think it did
meat,
come up once.
Yeah.
or the rotten
Yeah.
meat that Yogg ate.
And there was those
in
mephits
Celts.
in the very first session, but I don't think any of them were
Right.
poison based.
No.
No, they were all fire, I think.
I think it was
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
like
so.
something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, value here at or wait, no, I keep rolling this and thinking it's disadvantage. I'm sorry, you wouldn't have heard it move there because it rolled a 17. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My mistake. I keep rolling 2 and thinking it's disadvantage for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's because all of the dwarf rolls were with disadvantage with his checks.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not sure where it moved to. You don't hear it. Is Yogg jumping on the table?
No, Yogg is sitting down at the table.
Oh, okay.
I
On
just
the
can't. On the table, yes.
Yeah.
On the table. At the table. Yogg,
Okay.
Don't
Yogg
forget.
will...
Hold Alt.
Oh, yeah, I could.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I think
Yogg will very conversationally... just... So, Eric's bat person, why did the wizard lock you 3 in the house?
He's experimenting with magic portals. I don't know. I don't understand. He fed us well, but grew crazy. Left.
Isn't that always the story?
You're telling me.
Do wizards leave a lot?
In
Yogg-
my
Yogg is-
experiences so far, yes.
Oh. Yogg has only met one wizard. Well, sorcerer. Well, we don't know. Oh, and he did leave. Whoa.
That's true. Huh.
Our spell person, when they left, gave us their location. Did your wizard, when he left, leave you his location?
He did not know.
He does not sound very nice.
Yeah, that's a bit rude, isn't it?
Very. So, the morning, you will move the bed. And we will leave. You will acquire the gem. It needs to be taken upstairs. Yes?
Yog will move the bed.
No violence. Good. I don't
Yog.
believe we are able to go down there, but it should be right.
Weren't you down
his
there
basement.
before?
What'd you
Weren't
ask?
you down there before?
No, we were summoned in the attic.
There's an attic. There's an attic in here?
Yog,
Does it
Yog
look
will
like
not
there's
hurt
an attic?
anything.
I thought it was just ceiling beams across the top.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Secret attic.
Am I allowed to insight check him again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For basically what he just said. Like what specific bit? I'll give you that. Or just
Just with him not being summoned in the basement in this lab where this crystal was, and there somehow being an attic in this house.
okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh.
22.
I'll send
Yeah.
the whisperer.
Oh shit. Secret.
Did
I'm
you just roll
rolling.
2 nat 20s in a row?
Not in a row. That was a while ago.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you'd rolled since then.
No, because I rolled like an 18 and then like an 11 or 12, I
Okay.
think. Something like
I was
that.
just about to say, damn.
Yeah.
And what's your disbelief with him? Did I say? Did
It's
I
just-
say
it's
that
just-
he
it
was in the basement, or
feels-
are you just not believing it?
It feels weird, like if they're summoned with this crystal, and the crystal's in the basement, but they've never been in the basement before, but they were summoned in the attic of the house, which doesn't exist. Yeah.
Okay. He did say.
Allegedly doesn't exist.
Well, he did say that the wizard trapped them
Mm-hmm.
here. And from your divine sense, it did seem like the other two instances were above the ceiling. One was below it, and one seemed to move to above the ceiling while in this area. But I will whisper. So what did he say? Okay, about the summoning. Okay.
Just trying to see if I actually believe their story, because it still seems really sus.
Sorry for the typing, but I don't want to feel like muting my mic.
Yeah, it's hard doing like whispers. Like we almost need to like jump out of this call into a separate call. Yeah. Maybe we should make a secret whisper channel.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be fun.
I have thought about like using that for the like nest egg one shots
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be that hard just to pull into a different chat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And honestly, if something that had more layers than some of the whispers that we've done, I probably would do that. This wasn't the messages I typed to both of you weren't terribly difficult. But yeah,
Yeah.
if it was something like a really complex lie that you caught out or just more complex situation, then
Yeah.
we probably need to do that. So the last thing you said was
I didn't say
Yog
anything.
said that you would move the bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Yog said that.
Yog,
Okay.
Yog will move the bed.
I love
Yog
that Dalen
will,
through all this is only worried about breaching the contract.
Right.
The biggest concern.
Yog will not hurt anyone that does not hurt Yog or friends or the dwarf person.
Voice from the new corner there in the bottom right.
We don't want any violence. We just want to go home, so we have a deal there. Just need the portal to be opened. It can be closed behind us immediately with the crystal.
There is no deal.
Seems legit.
The duality of man.
The duality of man. There is no deal, but we will do as we wish.
Very well. Whatever works.
Does that mean we get to keep the crystal?
You're welcome to it. It's quite nice,
I
I
know.
believe.
I don't know if it drove that guy crazy. I don't know about that.
It may not have been the crystal that drove him crazy.
Maybe it was the imps.
Dalen laughs out loud. It's not that bad.
Maybe the wizard just did not like dwarven bread.
I think that was before. That was before Errag moved in.
Is it?
Because he moved in from a.
Eric's
Different.
bat person.
There's Arrix and Errag.
I know.
And there's
Or-
also Errag of the Hills in a
know.
different campaign.
Yep.
I have other
It's
names
one
for
of-
the other fiends, and that's the one that I picked to be the
Yep.
spokesperson.
That's okay.
Doing great.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Did you move in after the old dwarf moved in, or after, or before? Before or after?
Make a persuasion check to see if they even respond to that. That was just.
That's pretty rough, dude.
Oof.
Well, I did that with disadvantage, I think. Yeah, that's what disadvantage.
So 16. Yeah.
It should be 16. Yeah.
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 I have to play timed out. There's a lengthy pause until or before the response.
We were brought here by the wizard before the dwarf moved in here. The wizard left the house unoccupied.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is the wizard's house.
not anymore, but yes.
Oh. So the portal is inside the city.
It's inside the attic, as I have said.
The attic is inside the city.
No response. Stealthily moving over there. Yeah, I mean, you're getting the sense that this thing is moving as much as it can, and it's rolling really well with advantage by being invisible. That was a 24.
Holy shit.
So yeah, you're not aware of where it is.
Well, I guess I do technically have one divine sense left, but
You want to use it?
it only recharges on a long rest, so
Mm,
we're not going to bed yet.
I mean, you
That's good.
could.
Yogg is
know.
getting
I
quite
don't know if
sleepy.
she feels comfortable doing that. Yeah, I don't know if she
Have some
wants to
exhaustion.
do that. Yeah.
Hey. Yogg,
It's up to you.
Yogg trusts the imps. Yogg's probably gonna go off to bed. Yogg's gonna go take a little nappy poo.
Yep. All right, I'm satisfied.
Right.
Yeah, there's a plan of action. Yogg's talked to the imps. They're chill. Everything's good. Yogg's gonna find a little corner over here by the bread. Fall asleep to the nice, sweet sense of baked bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
Val's.
So
Yeah,
Yogg
she's.
falls asleep.
I can't believe Yogg
Or
falls
starts to.
asleep.
What'd you say, Val?
I can't believe Yogg just falls asleep.
Yogg has 0 issues too. It's immediate. It's
Yeah.
There are no enemies nearby.
nope.
You mean-
Yogg has slept
Not yet.
in weirder places.
Right.
Okay. Val and Dalen, what do you do?
I'm staying up. I don't know about you, Dan.
Oh, yeah,
We're
we're
up through the night. You both are? Or are you
Yeah.
gonna do like shifts to get a long rest?
Dalen's just gonna stay up.
Well, we were planning
I
to
think
stay
you will
up all
get-
night anyway, so I don't think
Something
that's.
fishy's afoot.
I do think you'll get a point of exhaustion, I believe.
Oh shit!
I've
Wait,
never
but
heard of
even
this
if we
mechanic
plan
in my
for
life, and
this?
therefore it doesn't exist.
I thought we were planning to do an overnight job.
You can.
Yeah.
You could. Yeah.
I mean,
To be- I mean,
Doesn't,
we
just because you
stay-
planned it doesn't mean
Yeah.
you
We
guys
just stay
still
up all
woke up
day.
early.
Plan
I
it
mean-
well.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Let me look at the rules so you know, and you can decide.
I was gonna say, I think the
According
1
to-
point is
I don't think we've ever
disadvantage on
done this.
ability checks, I think.
I think so. It's either that or
And then the second one is
yeah.
speed halved. Third
and
is
then disadvantage on attacks and stuff.
yeah.
I think.
and then fourth
After that,
is
it's probably
0
psychic
speed,
damage.
and then I think fifth is the what kills you. Is that right?
It seems reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we've done it in any of our games, so I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll do it tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know if we need to be taking a break soon or if we need to be wrapping up soon. I'm good for a while, but
I'm really
fine.
tired, but it's fine. I don't have
there's
anything
there's a
tomorrow.
couple more beats we can get to. That'll be a good spot to end. This one isn't a great one yet.
I want to use Divine Smite so bad.
You wanna
I
shoot
have
for-
it. I get bonuses for Fiends.
Different types of good.
Yeah.
That's why it's so funny that, again, this has been ever since I created this years ago. It's always
Yeah.
Imps doing this, so it's hilarious that when I finally get to utilize it, the first person that is in
Of
this
course.
job immediately does a check.
Yeah. Sorry. This is what happens when you
I'm
put
not
a.
upset. If you
Actually, it is
hadn't-
really nice being able to use the abilities, though.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it would have, Arrix would have said something to you, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it would have been kind of funny if it was just you and him and
Yeah.
but this also worked out. So I see where the exhaustion levels are. I'm trying to confirm that staying up does it. But yeah, the first level is disadvantage on ability checks. But I don't see what actually inflicts exhaustion. But I think staying up all night would.
I mean, that's your decision. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get confirmation, but that's what I would feel like. That makes sense. Trying to stay up all night. Disadvantage on ability checks seems reasonable.
Yeah.
So I'll confirm that, but you guys can decide what you want to do.
I'll be staying up for sure.
I'll stay up too.
Okay. Yeah, it says like this page.
But
Oh, this
guess-
okay. It's referencing forced march exhaustion.
So it seems like there are specific abilities that will 100% give you
yeah,
exhaustion
there
points,
is
and it
also
seems
stuff.
like there's implied things like actions that will give you, like swimming for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
So I imagine staying up prolonged periods. It might not be listed, but I mean it kind of just makes sense.
I don't know if we want to use it. So Xanatar's guide did a whole section on sleep. I got
Okay.
the rules up for it if you want to use these.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm fine
That's
with that.
that's
Whatever.
technically official 5e, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, all rules are
It
optional.
augments a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's still.
that's-
I mean,
um,
I have the book, so I just don't have it
Yeah.
in front of me.
Whenever you end a 24-hour period without finishing a long rest, you must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw or suffer one level of exhaustion. After the first 24 hours, the DC increases by 5 for each consecutive 24-hour period without a long rest.
Okay. Yeah. So I was thinking it could be if I couldn't find anything definitive, I was thinking a con save anyways. So
Oh,
so
that
yeah.
makes sense.
So Yogg is good and gets the benefits of the long rest. So I guess that's just one spell comes back.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
So you guys still will not get the benefits of the long rest, but if you guys are staying up till morning, Val and Dalen make a DC 10 con save.
Okay.
Regular, like no disadvantage or anything.
Oh, I rolled a 10.
Nice.
So that's
Okay.
12. Yeah.
Okay.
God, we both barely passed. Or no, that was a previous. Yeah, we both
Hey,
barely
yeah,
passed, kind
Yeah,
of.
pretty close. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
Man.
That 5 bonus is what did it for me.
Right.
okay, so you guys are good. Just obviously, Val, you don't get your two other. You're still working on one divine sense.
Yeah, I have one
left.
left.
Right. but
There's technically a spell.
disadvantages.
If it's a new day, can I change my spells?
I don't think so. You have to. I
No?
think you have to take it long. Well, I guess you.
Because it wasn't based on a long. That's for spell slots.
That's like meditating.
But for prepping.
Yeah, you need to do a specific action to do it, though.
Yeah, I think it's
it's
taking
usually-
an hour of prayer, right?
Yeah.
Is that
It'll
only after a
it
long
says it.
rest, though?
It says it specifically
Why?
in the description, I think.
Why are we on like
Yes.
every edge case
Right?
possible
know,
for
if
this
you-
game?
This is the first time we've ever stayed up past 24
It
hours.
specifically
Oh,
says
God.
you can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest.
Oh fuck.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So you have to keep
So
track of the same spells.
yeah.
Dog isn't.
Okay. That's fine because
Does
I
that change your
literally
mind?
I have a spell. It's called Detect Evil and Good, and it does the exact same thing, but it lasts for 10 minutes.
Mm,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that'd be useful.
Yeah. So
If you want to change your mind, you can take a long rest.
no.
You take a long rest?
No, she
Yeah.
does
Dale
not.
and Dale and by themselves.
Yeah. Dalen's got great perception.
Oh yeah,
Right.
right.
It'll work well.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
No. She knows that they're not. It doesn't seem like they're completely lying, but they're still fiends.
Okay. So we will say, yeah, Val and Dalen, you guys stay up. I'll say, I mean, did you want to talk to the imp anymore in the meantime before the morning?
No, not unless it talks to us.
No.
Likewise,
Yeah.
Dylan doesn't have much to add.
It rolled oh yeah, 16. So yeah, you don't hear it. So it goes somewhere. Definitely doesn't go up there. So I'll say you guys are able to stay up without too much issue. You know, you're tired, but you know, staying alert and whatnot. Yogg, you wake up, you can re-prepare your spells. Do we want to take a quick break IRL here? And I don't, or do we want to try and just try? If you
Do you
guys
want to
want
try to go for 2, or
yeah, I think we can be done by 2. So it's just a matter. Do you guys?
I
want
have to take a break.
before-
I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, y'all.
Oh,
Oh, okay, perfect time to take a break then.
convenient.
Damn, 1 o'clock phone call. But yeah, let's take a 5-minute break, and then it's just ping in the chat if you need more time or something.
Yeah.
yeah?
You probably couldn't hear me because he had his headphones off. But okay,
Yeah.
5-minute break. Consider what y'all want to do.
Okay.
This is fun.
Okay.
That
This
smite is calling
I'm-
my name. I get
I know
3d8.
it is. And I love that we have another divide between Yogg and
Yeah, I
approach
think
to the
she's kind
situation.
of on his side, but like they're fiends.
I
The
get it,
worst
I don't
part
want them in
is
the city.
Dalen actually has an idea, but he has no way of conveying it to the party, and he rolled really poorly on a wisdom check that would have said, "Hey, write it down and show the note."
Mm,
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
We could speak in
he's keeping it to himself.
Dwarvish. We could speak in Dwarvish.
I don't know. These imps have been hanging around this forever.
Oh, that
They
is
might have-
fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Cool.
same.
Is anybody still here? Like here? Nope. Ah, damn it. Y'all crazy. I say mute. All right. I'll be right back. Is anyone back yet?
Hey, I just sat down.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go. I gotta bounce. My mom is in the emergency room for she just had a gallbladder attack. Everything's fine to what I know. They're gonna give her medicine and send her home. She just can't drive herself home on the medicine. So
Okay.
I gotta go give her a ride back and stuff, and I don't know how long that's gonna take. So
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Take care of that. I'll let the other guys know.
Yep.
This isn't a terrible spot to end anyway, so we'll just now you guys can deliberate more on how to deal with all this. So
okay,
cool. Oh, okay. Well, good luck.
sounds good. Appreciate
Yep.
you.
See ya. See ya.
Good session, dude.
Yeah. Thanks. It'll be fun to continue
Yeah.
pick back up. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right,
Take care.
later.
Drive safe. Yep. See ya.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Hey.
Oh, did Squatch dip off?
Yeah, he's got to go. His mom's okay, but she's had a gallbladder attack and,
Oh,
and is
no.
in the ER. So
Oh,
that
geez,
sucks.
yeah.
he has to drive her back. So I think everything's like stable and okay, but obviously has to take care of that. So
I wondered when
Yeah,
it was
that's
a
rough.
1:30
Yeah.
a.m. phone call. I was like,
yeah,
either
1:30
It's
a.m.
usually-
calls are never
So-
good.
it's either a wasted buddy, a wasted ex, or something's happening.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just have to obviously pause here because he wasn't sure how long it would take him. And
Yeah, that's
I don't-
fine.
I-
I can't stay up
at
much
least we're
longer.
kind of
I'm really tired.
Yeah, I mean, at least we're at a kind of a natural pausing point, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
before the next, like the events are about to happen for the next day.
Yeah,
it's kind
it's
of a
not that
natural. Yeah.
There's like one more beat ahead of this that would have been good, I think, like with the bed and all that, but I think this is perfectly fine too, so it makes sense. So yeah, I'm glad this finally came into fruition after forever, and that's so funny that you literally said, Grim, at the beginning, I just hope it's imps.
You did
Yeah,
say
I
that.
did.
And I hit some
Um,
poker face.
These videos.
Yep. Yeah, it really has.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think I wrote this for the first homebrew campaign I ever did, which would have been like 2015, maybe.
Man.
And I'm pretty
so
sure
you
this
have been
is the first
sitting on
time
this.
anyone's ever done this. Yep. Mhm.
Nice.
It's always been imps. It's always been poisoned bread.
And it's never
It's
been
always
this
been endured.
complicated and frustrating, has it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But, and it sucks because I love interacting with Yogg, and an imp might, but the imp also doesn't trust you guys not to shoot it since you guys know where it is.
Oh, I
Or have
really
you
want.
clearly know.
I want to shoot it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, you are like playing the part of an imp to perfection. Like every
It is pretty
every
good.
single thing that you've said not only has sounded impish, but also has sounded somewhat untrustworthy.
Yeah, seriously.
Right,
I
like,
just
In the tone of your voice, it's so good.
yeah, their whole story just sounds like bullshit, but yeah.
Well, you know what? You know
Who knows?
what? I believe them. I just think they're omitting serious major
yeah, that too.
you know, like, okay, yeah, maybe the portal's down there and they need but you know, maybe the rest of his
Oh my
they're
god.
also down there and are ready to come out.
Yeah, right. Or like we're gonna open the portal and something else is gonna come through.
Maybe
Yeah.
they trapped the wizard down there by accident and got stuck up here and he can't get out.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know.
Never know.
Now
I
you
want
guys get to
so
ruminate on all these things for
Yeah.
a while. So
Mm-hmm.
I want so badly to talk about my ideas, but in character they couldn't be conveyed and it would spoil things. So I can't. I have
Yeah.
to stay silent.
Oh man. All
yeah.
right.
Oh,
well,
that's what that
here.
wisdom check was of a 10. Is that what was that, or was that?
Yes. So
Hold on.
I was
Okay.
having a little bit of a hard time determining whether it would be intelligence or wisdom, but intelligence, like he has the plan, he has his idea of what he thinks, but he doesn't know how to convey it without talking out loud, which would give his plan away to the imps, which
Yeah. Okay.
he's smart enough to know like he has an idea, but he doesn't understand that he could like just write it down or like pull someone outside for like 2 seconds to talk. Like, you know, he
Right.
just doesn't. It didn't occur to his poor dwarvish small brain.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this will be fun. It'll be interesting to see how, depending on how much you involve the old dwarf, how he'll interact with these guys. Because I had some ideas in mind, but I wasn't
I'm so
sure
curious.
how the imps would interact, but yeah, you knowing that there were 3 of them kind of takes away their advantage. That literally took away their advantage.
Yeah.
Because they could have been a little bit of, you don't know how many of us there are
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
situation, but calling that immediately kind of put them on the defensive.
There'll be no
Oh.
clever girl Jurassic Park scenes for us.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. Ugh, that's fun. And yeah, the fairy fire would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
And that's
That would
why
have been good.
the imp overheard you guys discussing that and was like, hey, let's see if we can
The
divert
fairy
that this
fire
way.
would have been very good.
It would have been.
Yeah. I wish
Yeah.
I had.
And you did persuade it to show itself, at least temporarily, and then
I wish I had prepared the correct spell.
yeah,
Because detect evil
Yeah.
and good would be very
Yeah.
helpful.
Right, if you had 10 minutes worth of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Divine Sense was also super useful.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
right.
was such a good play.
I love
on our part,
I don't
on
think
our
I've
part, yeah.
ever used that successfully.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you've used it before.
But I think this is the first time
But-
it's actually been helpful.
Yeah, it actually picked up on something,
Yeah.
And it picked up on exactly what, yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny. That was perfect. It really
Yep.
was.
Yep.
And I'm glad it was, because, yeah, I'd rather you guys be able to use it.
Yeah.
This wasn't some massive reveal I had planned
you
necessarily.
just
And like I
gotta-
said, they were going to talk to you if you hadn't used that. It was going to be a little bit of a whisper to be like, hey,
Mysterious voice.
to do this.
That would have been fun.
It would have been, and especially because it was you, Val, that was the
Right,
only one
alone.
inside. It would have been better, right? But it
Oh,
would have been great with any of the 3 of you, honestly.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
trying to talk, like having a dialogue with Dalen or Yogg alone.
then
Oh
the-
my god.
And then the others come in and they just shut up, so it's like we seem
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, they could.
Right.
Right. But then the fact that they've got Yogg on their side, willing to do it, is great for them.
He was
So-
just about to just
Flip
go
the
boot
bed
that
over.
man.
Yeah, he just walked right over there.
I was like, if he wakes up the Errag on accident, like he's going to get hit.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be attacked.
Yeah,
That's a wake up and swing type of
Yeah,
of
pretty
person.
Right.
pretty much.
literally was like eager to do that. Based on, like,
Yeah.
kind of even like confirm that with you guys that
Yeah.
would be a thing he would do.
He's waiting for it. That man is dreaming about that right
Yep.
now.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, this guy's fun. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you guys decide. But
Here, let me end the recording first.
okay, yeah.